Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I think that's a long name, on the GTX 1050 Ti, 750 Ti, 570, 580 and 1650 Super. After this I'm going to do a separate live stream right away with the RTX 2060, but don't worry, I'll let you know in the chat how to get to that live stream once this one finishes. But how are you guys doing? Good seeing you there. I'm waiting for the shaders to finish compiling because I'll be doing multiplayer, zombies and the campaign. So we can see the 3 scenarios of gameplay on how it goes. I'll be targeting only 60 frames per second because it's Call of Duty. So I won't be doing a 30 frames target. I'll be just targeting 60 all the time. Because if not, we're going to get a super long live stream and I don't have a lot of time to do multiple frame rate targets. How are you guys doing? Just tried it with the 1050 Ti, runs terribly and crashes frequently. Well, sorry to hear that. Hopefully I don't run into the same thing. Hi guys, how are you doing? Hola, ¿cómo andan? ¿Todo bien? Saludos de Colombia, bueno, saludos de Uruguay. Guys, I'm waiting for the shaders to compile. In the meantime, let's show you the options I'm going to try. So render resolution 1080p. Then what else? Textures on high, we only have 4 GB of VRAM, model quality on low, no HD textures, this on the minimum, screen space reflections disabled, object view distance on low, basically everything on low except in the dynamic shadows, which I enabled. So we'll see if we can get 60s like this, probably not, but it's worth a shot. And then we get anti-aliasing disabled, motion blur disabled, everything on the lowest, except in shadows, which are enabled, but they are on the minimum. Thank you so much, FaZe Can, for being an awesome supporter 1.0. So thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. I hope I can see you for a while here. So you get an icon and your emojis. I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Pablo Casalle, sí, todo bien, ¿y vos? Everything doing fine. We're doing RTX 2060 after this live stream on a separate video, but it will be just after this live stream ends. That will be happening, so do not worry. I'll be testing everything. I'm just waiting for the shaders to finish compiling. That's usually the issue with Call of Duty games. I need to wait for the shaders to compile. So hang on, guys. As you can see, this when you click on Warzone, it will just send you to the Warzone game, which has nothing to do with this. It's still Modern Warfare, so we're doing campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, so keep that in mind. We're about to finish compiling the shaders, so patience. We'll be getting there soon enough. Come on. Waiting for you. Yeah, code not provided by Activision, no. This time around I didn't get a code, but that's fine. They don't need to provide any codes. If I'm lucky to get one, I'll pick it up. I'll grab it gladly, but this time it didn't happen. It's fine. So let's go to the campaign first. So we're doing a new game. We're going to play on regular. Hopefully I can skip. No, apparently not. So we're going to disable the sound for a second, so I don't get copyrighted. So sorry guys, have you done the 570 already? No, I just started. We're doing 1050 Ti, then 750 Ti, then 570. Okay, I can skip. Wonderful.
You sure we can trust the police, Adler?
This guy's done more for less. You'll look the other way.
So remember guys, I'm using the lowest settings with dynamic shadows enabled. This started just like Black Ops 1, which is great. Okay, 30 frames per second, heavy depth of field, so holy hell, it runs bad.
You could join us, huh?
On the campaign at least.
We clear to move on the target.
So hang on guys, let's see. Hang on, let's try it right now. Let's try disabling shadows altogether. So we disabled those shadows. And yeah, let's keep it at the lowest first. Let's see if we can get 60. If we cannot, we're going to do 30 on the campaign. Yeah, even on the lowest settings, we're getting 30 frames on the campaign at least. We'll see once we get to a multiplayer. But right now,
Come on.
we'll see once we get to actual gameplay.
We don't want to let him down.
So yeah. Yeah, as you can see, we got a nice boost now into the mid 40s. Now into the 50s. Okay, so it was the first second. As you can see, a lot of surfaces here with reflections. Let me see if the reflections are actually disabled. Reflections, where are you? Yeah, screen space reflections are off. So usually in Call of Duty games, the campaign is what runs the worst. Hey Woods, long time no see, man. Okay, which weapon do I want? Let's get the AK-74U and this one. We'll see once we get to actual fights. VRAM bottleneck, no, because we're on the. Oh well, it could be. Now that I'm talking, that you mention it, could be VRAM, but the game will break. So yeah, I'm going to try that later. Thank you for the heads up. I forgot about that.
That's info we need. Everyone else.
But this part, as you can see, now that we're outside, you cannot hear me due to you're in the train station. Yeah, that's fine. Just watch, man. But as you can see on the lowest settings, yeah, there are shadows. What the heck? I'm confused. There are some shadows going on, but those are not dynamic, apparently. So remember, guys, I'm targeting 60 frames per second on all the modes. So on the campaign right now, we're getting over 50, at least in this part. Let me see if enabling dynamic shadows kills the frame rate. So dynamic shadows, oh, they were enabled. What the heck? I disabled them a second ago. I'm pretty lost. This options menu doesn't seem to be working correctly. So let's put the dynamic shadows again. So we have some sort of shadow going on. So the game doesn't look as flat. So dynamic shadows on. So let's try it like that. So as long as we're over 50 when fighting, we should be fine. And thank you so much for Crooks Gamer for the 50 Indian rupees donation. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel directly. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Alright. Whoa. Okay, let's get the AK out. Oh, I cannot select two guns. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks pretty good to be low settings. The thing is that it drops into the 40s. So despite being the low settings with dynamic shadows enabled, some dynamic shadows, these are still... Yeah, I'm not sure why Woods doesn't have a shadow. Let me check again. What the heck? Yeah, dynamic shadows are enabled. I don't get it. Okay. Whatever. So there's some sort of dynamic shadows going on. So we get at least some character shadows in the mix, especially on daytime. Okay, I have to capture that one, so let's run. Okay, takedown system. Press E to initiate takedown, hold E for... Oh, body shield. You can body shield enemies now. Interesting. But the game looks good on low settings. Let's get him. Whoa, that was brutal. Jesus Christ. I never saw first-person executions in a Call of Duty game. That's interesting. I'm into that. So far on low settings with some dynamic shadows, despite the shadows being at the lowest, appears to be basically between 40 and 60, with drops into the 30s when a lot is going on, like reflections. But in those parts, usually you don't seem to be doing any sort of shooting. So at the moment, we'll see once we get to a daytime stage. But at the moment, the campaign appears to be that way on 1080p. Oh, and remember, I'm playing on normal difficulty, so the game should be significantly harder if you go for hardened mode or veteran. So yeah, the Semperman was in beta. That's some settings you were not changing at all. Yeah, I remember that. So that's why I'm trying to turn them on and off multiple times. But apparently now it seems to be working on the lowest. Yeah, I'm seeing, as you can see, there are no dynamic shadows on this body. but these don't seem to be dynamic. Maybe because it's nighttime, who knows. So once we get to the daytime stage, I'll be able to test those settings more throughout. But right now, I gotta wait for a daytime stage, hopefully. Oh, I killed the wrong enemy. I had to capture him. I don't know how you can talk and play at the same time. I got used to it. It took a while. I wasn't able to talk and play before. It's super difficult at first, but I've been doing it for a few years already, so I got used to it. But yeah, at first you cannot do talking and playing at the same time. It's like you're doing multitasking, but not really. It's like you are either playing or talking. So sometimes when you're playing and talking, you're not paying any attention to what's happening on the screen. You're like on autopilot. How big is the size of the game? The download size was 80 gigabytes. Damn it, I still shoot the enemy I don't have to. Dang it. Okay, so don't shoot the enemy that you have to capture. Gotcha. So as I was saying, it's like you're doing multitasking, so you either pay attention to the game or pay attention to the talking. I'm usually able to do both now because usually these games are a matter of just point and shoot. So I don't pay a lot of attention. Now it's dropping into the 40s, but again, I'm waiting for a daytime stage. So yeah. Yeah, the game looks good. The game looks pretty good considering the settings I'm using. But remember, this is nighttime. We'll see once we get to daytime what happens. Okay, that's not the guy I have to capture. Come on. Whoa. What the heck? Okay, I'm super into this. That was a great... Whoa, bitch slap. 11650 super at the end, but don't worry. I have to find more of a demanding scenario, play zombies, multiplayer, and then we'll swap GPUs. As you can see, when there's a heavy depth of field effect, we get a massive performance hit, but we're not shooting here. And you can select what to say, interesting. But yeah, this looks bad, the shadows on his face. So keep that in mind. When there are characters and talking going on, there's drops into the 30s, so you drop significantly where you're not shooting. So keep that in mind. We're going to get to a daytime stage, and that's where we're going to do the campaign. Yeah, let's throw him away. I'm not paying attention anyways. So yeah, when you're shooting, you're between 40 and 60. When you are talking, you're getting 30s. So we'll see once we get again to a daytime stage. Hopefully. How much is the download size? Around 86 gigabytes if you download the entire thing. If you want the HIT textures, it's over 100, so keep that in mind. Okay, Turkey, still daytime, but this is what they shown in the demo, so in the gameplay trailer. So I probably use this as a reference. Yeah, a lot of it's raining, there's some dynamic lights. Yeah, I'm super into this. Okay, now we got shadows, interesting. Let's see what happens if I turn those off. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. Yeah, there is a shadow, but I don't have a soft shadow. So let me see if anything happens when turning off dynamic shadows. Remember that low shadows doesn't mean that the shadows are completely disabled, as you can see. It's just a lower resolution texture map. But if you disable it, as you can see in this picture at the right, you lose every dynamic shadow. And I don't want to lose those because the game looks like a potato without shadows. As you can see now, the characters are floating on the ground and we don't get a massive boost. So yeah, let's just enable them, but at the lowest resolution that the shadows can be. So yeah, we'll lose a few frames, but at least the game doesn't look that flat. So we're going to use this level as a reference because there's more dynamic lights, more enemies, there's raining, reflective surfaces. So we're using this. So we're doing this level, then we go to the multiplayer, then we go to the zombies, and then we change resolution. So this will be the settings to get the best performance on 1080p, unfortunately. So that's what we're doing today. Okay. What the heck? Okay, never mind. So when there's depth of field, you're dropping into the 40s. When there's stalking, you drop into the 30s. And when you're playing, you're between 45 and 60. As you can see, the heavy depth of field doesn't help. Yeah, let's get to the shooting, please. Come on. Are we doing shooting? Wow, so interesting. Yeah, the 2060, we're going to do more resolutions, but I need you to be patient because I gotta test all those modes. As you can see, shadows on low have some blocky artifacts. Okay, sniper rifle. Now we're talking. Let's shoot. Yeah, not looking great. Let's see now. Yeah, 1080p, you're not getting 60s, even at the lowest settings. So keep that in mind. Just to show you a quick example, let me see again just the settings one more time. I might need to adjust them. Alright, yeah, the only shadows I'm using are the lowest dynamic shadows. And we're going to lower textures to medium. Maybe no, we're fine with the video memory, so let's keep it like that. Although always double check the options menu. Sometimes some options do not apply. Let's get to the truck. Yeah, I do not recommend 1080p on this one. It's dropping below 60 super often into the 40s. In the campaign at least, we're going to try multiplayer in a minute. So for 1080p, you probably do not want to do 1080p on this card if you want 60s. I'll probably do 900p on this one, but again, we're going to try all of it in a second, so bear with me, guys. Yeah, with explosions it still drops into the 40s, so at least in the campaign, not worth doing 1080p in my opinion. But the game still looks pretty good considering its low settings, with dynamic shadows enabled. RCXD, yes please. I want one of those. Whoa. Accelerate with W, steer and boost. Okay, gotcha. Although I was under a car. Imagine in that age getting one of these cars that goes super fast. Probably just military technology back then. Come on. Let's get him. Alright, hopefully... Okay, we got him. So some cinematic explosion stuff going on. I love it already. Perfect. Yeah, again, when cinematics are happening, 30 frames. Depth of field shows up, 40 frames. And then in some of the shooting parts, we're still getting some drops into the 40s. So super interesting. Whoa! Hello, how are you doing, Puro? Everything well? Alright. Let's see which mission comes after this, and then we'll swap to a multiplayer. Yeah, like the trailer, just like the trailer, yeah. The same part. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for showing this footage, because it wasn't a trailer. Again, as I'm repeating myself, as you can see, we're getting drops here when we're not shooting. We're getting drops into the 30s with that heavy depth of field. So cinematics in general, 30 frames. Then gameplay between 40 and 60. On 1080p at least.
Bullshit. Perseus is dead.
Not bad for an old card. Yeah, true. Considering the age of the card and the performance we've been getting in some of the newer games, this is not that bad, really. I was expecting much worse. Whoa, super brutal stuff, as you can see.
Hudson don't want to hear about this. Let's sweep the tarmac for survivors and get to land.
As you can see, the shadow resolution is pretty low, but hey, the models still look pretty nice. Let's see what happens after this. Háblame en español que no entiendo. Bueno, pregúntame en español y te respondo en español. Así funciona la cosa. Alright, so 5 weeks later, let's see what happens now. Hopefully it's daytime and we can see how it runs. But considering it's Black Ops, it's probably everything on nighttime. What the... Okay, military background. Oh, you can... Classified. Yeah, my military background is classified. I'm a badass. This is pretty fun. So confirm. You must select a skin tone before continuing. Really? That's hilarious. Let's put the same skin tone as me. Gender, non-binary, male, female. Let's do male. Once you confirm, you'll no longer be able to change your character's personal profile. Why do they want my profile? I don't get it. I'm kind of lost. Don't do missions, I don't want spoiler. Don't worry, I'm just looking for one mission to replay over and over. But everything seems to be nighttime, so let's go back to the menu. And we're going to do multiplayer now. Is this game have ray tracing? Yes, you have RTX. Hang on. Oh no, don't tell me that this is... 1 second. Yeah, I cannot play the airport part on my own apparently. So that's pretty unfortunate that I cannot select a specific checkpoint. So we're going to continue and let's see if I can find anything else. Yeah, because we cannot jump directly into the airport part. I don't know, NS Boy did, but that's a decision from the developer, I guess. When did you start the stream? Around 20 minutes ago, so you're early. But let's play a little bit more of the campaign so I can get to a mission where it starts right away in the demanding part. But those shadows, yeah, dynamic shadows as you can see are enabled, but they are the lowest resolution shadows available. Still, at least we get shadows. If you disable the shadows, the game looks significantly worse. If you disable dynamic shadows completely, as you can see, it looks flat. So, in my opinion, not worth playing without dynamic shadows. The game looks significantly worse, as you can see. So, my advice, if you want to go to the absolute lowest, make sure to at least keep dynamic shadows, as you can see. So you get some sort of shadow, even if it's blocky. At least there's something.
So far, there are no leads.
MI6 has come up empty-handed as well.
We'll have to start somewhere.
You can play single player in offline mode. As far as I know, that should be like Modern Warfare. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, probably you're going to have to be online 100% of the time. That's probably why Modern Warfare's campaign hasn't been cracked. That's because it was online only. So probably this is the same. I'm not expecting them to change the DRM. What do you think about the 4GB of VRAM on the RTX 3050 and RX 600 analog? 4GB seems to be the absolute minimum nowadays. Some games with 4GB have a very rough time. Like, well, yesterday I tested Godfall and 4GB was just the absolute minimum. So yeah. I think that they won't last long with 4GB. That's for sure. What's your NVIDIA control panel settings? Default settings.
Well, you're looking
There's not much that you can do really.
You up for this?
Maybe been better.
You just moved up on my favorite team member list. Right past Lazar.
Yeah. That's it.
Be a stranger.
Yeah, let's... Come on, I want another mission in daytime or something. What now? Evidence board. Yeah, I don't care, let me... Okay. Can assist you in the next mission, blah 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 blah. Next mission. Lunch mission. Let's go directly into a daytime mission, please.
We're going back to Vietnam.
So we have more shadows. Are the shadows on medium much more demanding than low? We're going to try that out. Don't worry, Benchart. Thank you for the interest. Yeah, we're going to try medium very quickly to see if there's a huge performance difference. But probably it's going to affect the frame rate significantly, the shadows at least. And thank you, Pedro, for being here. Alright. Come on. Finally daytime. Perfect. That was what I was looking for. Yeah, as you can see, daytime, and there are more reflections. These are flat though, but as you can see, this runs much worse. So good thing I played to this mission. Now we got some daytime footage. So at least on daytime in this level, with the whoa, there's some artifacts there in the distance. At least in this level, it seems to be running much worse. So we're going to compare this to a multiplayer. But yeah, this is not running that well. Probably when the shooting starts, we get a few extra frames. But man, this is going to be pretty terrible on the campaign. Let's see without shadows what happens. So let's disable the shadows altogether. Alright, we get not a massive boost, but a tiny boost from the 47 to the 50s, so a few extra frames. But the game looks so much worse without shadows. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so much better, but we lose 5 frames. So on 1080p you probably wouldn't be expecting 60s, at least not in the campaign.
Hey Sims, you know reading that shit's gonna make you go.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. But at least we're not shooting yet. The console's running at 60, so that's the thing. The console should be running this at 60 frames. That's why I'm aiming for 60. So I'm pretty confused. Water. Love water. I mean, still playable, don't get me wrong. But yeah, runs pretty bad on the campaign. At least in this part. The multiplayer should be significantly better, but we are going to see. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if we get to a fight now. It seems to be way more story focused than the previous one. So if the shooting is at over 40, we're fine. So don't worry. But yeah, as you can see, this daytime stage seems to be more demanding. So we're using that as a reference. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try 900p, but we're doing one resolution, swapping between modes, and then we change resolution and try all 3 modes again. So 1 second, we get down, start shooting, and we change to zombies, then multiplayer, then we go back, so we can see the frame rates in different modes. ¿Qué dice Gaby Asiares? ¿Todo bien? Todo bien por suerte. ¿Y vos? Thank you for going with Ryzen 3 3100. No worries, man. Esperando la 570. Va a venir pronto. No se preocupen. After this, we're doing 750 Ti. Then we're doing the... okay, we're shooting now. Yeah, into the 40s. Yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, in this more demanding stage, we're getting over 30 frames. So expect 30 frames on the campaign with these settings. Now it's time to swap to the zombies mode. So after we do zombies and multiplayer with these settings, we're doing 900p and then 720p. So you have an idea on how it runs. So we have this mission to continue later. Perfect. We're jumping into zombies now. Hopefully I can skip this. Okay, I can. Excellent. So zombies. So we go to... which one? I don't know what this is. And horde, threatening, dimensional gateways. Yeah, this is all the same. Endless. Oh, okay, 20 round and endless. Let's do 20 round first. If there's nobody playing, we're doing it on our own. But probably there's people playing. As you can see, the shadows on the lowest look super blocky. Come on. Come on, game. Waiting for ya. Not sure if I can do it solo, though. If I can do it on my own, I'm going to do it, but... oh man. Let's see. I gotta hate when I have to wait. Expanded search, searching. Come on. Come on, give me those. Let me see if I can go solo. Hang on, gotta check that out. Yeah, it doesn't. A private. There we go. Found it. So private match. Let's do solo. So we get there quickly and don't wait for people to join because most people do not play zombies. So let's do it super quickly. So let's see if zombies runs better than the campaign. Yeah, let's use this. Sure. And then we do the multiplayer. So yeah. Come on. All right, Poland. Let's see how it goes. Okay, level 30 here once we start the game. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be better than on the campaign, for sure. I mean, there is not as much going on. This is so different to previous zombie experiences. All right, if I look that way, I get into the 40s. So instead of the 30s, I'm into the 40s. So at 10 frames per second improvement. When there's more zombies on screen, it's probably going to be a lot worse. But yeah, it's an improvement over the campaign, that's for sure. I have my own shadow, as you can see.
We believe this location is the cause of the dimensional breaches we've encountered. Strike team.
Yeah, still into the 40s, as you can see. All right. Yeah. So zombies runs better, as expected, really. More zombies. Although the combat feels so fluid in this mode. Holy hell. I move so fast.
Dead meat dropped.
But yeah, still into the 40s, so you're not getting 60s on 1080p. Let's disable the shadows and let's see if that gives us 60 frames. So no dynamic shadows. Yeah, we jumped there. Okay, much better now. But as you can see, there are no shadows. Still dropping into the 40s, but there are no shadows at all. Only static shadows. So yeah, I'd rather have 40 frames and no shadows, personally speaking, in this game in particular at least. So yeah, anyways. Let's go slightly higher than here. Yeah, we seem to be into the 40s like this. If you want 50s, disable shadows altogether. And we're now about to jump into a multiplayer, so thank you for your patience. You must turn on the power. Oh no, no one of those. This way? Oh, I need more essence. So where are the zombies? Come on, zombies. Waiting for you. Oh, there you are. What a nice guy. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that bad. If I look at the entire map from the side, yeah, it appears to be better than the campaign. So let's jump now into a multiplayer. So after this, we're doing multiplayer, then 900p on the campaign, then on zombies on multiplayer. And that's about it. Come on, let me go, game. So the zombies runs a little better than the campaign, but not by a lot. Let's now jump into a multiplayer. Warzone is still Modern Warfare Warzone, so nothing changes there. So let's do Combine Arms, Mosh Pit. Oh, you can do against bots. That's super interesting, guys. You can play against bots in this. Huh. Let's see, this is... Okay, we're doing the biggest fights. So we're doing Dirty Bomb. That is the one with the most players. As a stress test. Oh, that was the map from World at War Zombies? I didn't know that. Interesting. I didn't recognize it because the one in World at War, it's on nighttime. So that's super interesting. Glad to be back. Please, game. Please. Find me some matches. How can I get my PC to show FPS on games? Download MSI Afterburner. I have a tutorial on my channel if you want to watch it. Oh man, it's taking so long. I might have to use a controller to get into matches faster. Yeah, I probably have to. This is taking a while. Yeah, let's swap to a controller so I get matched with console people. So sorry to the PC gamer community, but I need to use a controller this time to find matches. So we're going to the settings. We're using a controller. So sorry to the PC master race. To find a match faster, we're going to need a controller. So how the heck do I select stuff? Alright, so Dirty Bomb. Let's see if with a controller we get to matches faster. If not, we're just doing team deathmatch, and that'll be about it. So yeah. Anyways, will it work with 8 GB of RAM? You're going to suffer with 8 GB, so I do not recommend it. Make sure to go with at least more than 8. Yeah. Call of Duty games had been using more than 8 GB for a while, so yeah. Yeah, no matches. What the heck? I'm lost. Hang on, gotta hide my network information. Crossplay enabled. Yeah, crossplay is enabled. What the heck? Why? Why, game? Why is nobody playing? Yeah, nothing. No one seems to be playing Mosh Pit, so I'm disappointed. Let's go to Team Deathmatch. Most people is probably going for Team Deathmatch. Thing is, people from the USA are sleeping now. That's probably why I don't find any matches. Let's see if on Team Deathmatch there's somebody that woke up. And I'm going to disable the controller in the meantime, because I still cannot find matches. Yeah, bad servers. Well, maybe a lot of stress on the servers, who knows. If that doesn't work, we're doing bots, so yeah. We're going to try that out. Es fácil apuntar con gamepad, para mí es muy difícil, pero si es necesario lo voy a hacer. RX 580, yeah, we're doing 570 and 580. Okay, finally a match. And as you can see, there's people from PlayStation, Xbox, PC, so a big mashup of multiple platforms. Still need 2 more players. Is this game dead on arrival already? Or is nobody in my region playing it? Probably it's due to the region. Let me disable the sound for a second. Where are the voice chat disabled? Thank you very much. Yeah, I probably have to do it against bots. Oh, Eastern time is 8:11 a.m. Ah, that's why. It's too early in the United States. People are sleeping now. People that played on the release time are sleeping. That's interesting. Okay, 1 more player. Yeah, next time we're doing bots. So, sorry guys. People in the US are sleeping. That's why I'm not getting a lot of people to play with. So, don't worry. I forget that in the USA, which is the region I usually play with, it's getting... what's the name of this? It's basically the morning, so gamers usually stay up late at night. So people that play this game in this region are probably sleeping at the moment. So I'm so sorry guys, but I have to do bots. It's not dead, it's just... well, if it's dead, on PC, that's a good part. On PC now with crossplay, we can actually play online in the entirety of the game's life cycle. So I'm super glad about that. The PC now has crossplay, because on PC, usually Call of Duty games, a month after they are out, they have no multiplayer player base. So now that we can play against consoles, at least using a controller or not, we can play at least. So thanks Zigoku for the 40 Indian rupees donation. He says, most humble PC YouTuber. Well, thank you very much, man. Super appreciated. Okay. Thank you for the donation, man. You're super generous. So as you can see now in the multiplayer, we're getting a little higher FPS than on the zombies. But in a bigger match, you're probably getting the same as zombies. So, yeah. Multiplayer, it's a little bit better. So it seems that best performance is multiplayer in small matches like this. Then the zombies runs a little bit worse. And then the... what's the name of this? And then the campaign seems to be running the worst, which is what is expected. So yeah. People literally stop playing after 2 or 3 hour session. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, most people should be at Warzone then. Interesting. I didn't know that people hated the multiplayer on this one. Got him. He's gone. I'm using mouse and keyboard, just to let you guys know. So yeah, in multiplayer seems to be the best performing thing so far. Then zombies runs a little bit worse, and the campaign runs the worst of all three. Whoa. So 1080p on this one, I would not recommend it, on this card at least. Alright, got a headshot there. Oh, I'm about to die. Where are they? Oh, that's a shadow. Come on. Let's get out of here. Yeah, not sure what this game mode is all about. But next time we're doing bots. Okay, I exfiltrated. We won! What the hell happened? What the F happened? What the heck? Okay, I won. So much, so great. That was the best match in my life. What the heck was that? Yeah, this is the VIP mode, but I didn't know what I had to do. And I accidentally won. So, okay, now we get the automatic weapons. Okay, now, yeah, it's dropping to the 40s now. So, super similar to the zombies experience. Yeah, I'm doing 900p in a second. Be patient, guys. Almost there. Let's get these people. Okay, we won. So they killed the VIP. That was super quick. So let's now do 900p. Now that I have more of an idea on how it runs, we're going to try 900p. So again, we're doing 60 frames. So let's swap to 900p now. So 900p, we apply the settings. Alright, so 900p now. We're going to be using the same settings as 1080p because on 1080p we weren't getting good numbers. So we're doing low settings, 900p with dynamic shadows. So as you can see, let me show you the settings. 900p, then high textures, low models, medium special effects, disabled reflections, low object view distance, low volumetrics, low shadows, but we get dynamic shadows. So there's a sort of shadow is going on, but on the lowest. Special effect shadows disabled, weapon shadows enabled, no anti-aliasing, no ambient occlusion, no motion blur, no subsurface scattering or order independent transparency. So that's basically the settings I'm going to try now on 900p. And again, we're doing campaign. After the campaign, we're doing zombies. And after zombies, we're doing multiplayer with bots because nobody's playing multiplayer. Bots gives higher FPS? Probably not. Probably it's going to be the same. I think it's server-side bots, so we'll see. Alright, so 900p. Okay, we're already into the 40s. This time, in this part before, we were into the 30s on 1080p. So yeah, let's see how it goes now. This should be the worst running mission I found so far is this one. And I only played 2 or 3, so... Okay, mid-40s. I'll probably play it like this, if I had this configuration. 900p with low settings and medium and some dynamic shadows. Let me see if anti-aliasing, I can put some sort of anti-aliasing. It looks blocky as hell. Let's try SMAA. Okay. 43, 44 versus how much? 43, 44, and without.
Hey, Butcher. How's the arm?
Yeah, we get 5 FPS more, so no, not worth using anti-aliasing on this one. The performance here is too big. No, this is the first card. Yeah, now into the 50, so probably in the shooting parts we're going to get 50, between 40 and 50, but at least we're not dropping into the 30s, apparently. So good stuff, I guess. Hola Santiago, tengo una 2070, lo juego en 1080 con el monitor que tengo. ¿Cómo tendré que configurar el DLSS? Después vemos eso. Paciencia. I can bet that the first thing you do when you start a new game of anything, you open the options menu first. Yeah, I do the same thing.
Well, you're with Sims. Usually bring
Yeah, so on the campaign, you're going to get dropped into the 40s, but apparently not into the 30s, so it should be fine.
FOB4 ripcord is holding a vital
Yeah, still into the 40s. So on the campaign, 40 to 60 should be the what you're getting. So let's now jump into zombies.
real bad.
High texture quality, yes, because we have enough video memory to do so. So do not worry about that. So let's do private matches. Solo. So let's try that now. Let's see if zombies is into the 60s. The next card is a 750 Ti, but it will be super quickly. 720p lowest settings, and we see if we can get over 30. Then we do 570, then 580, then 1650 super, and then I end the live stream and start a new one with the 2060. Does this game has TAA? No, it doesn't have TAA, but SMAA T2X appears to be SMAA mixed with TAA. Don't quote me on that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Patel, what are you doing, man? Thank you so much, Pedro, for moderating that. What the heck? With that spam. Let me check the slow mode. Yeah, there's slow mode enabled, so I don't know. So let's see the zombies, the zombies. Alright, we're into the game now. Okay, yeah, zombies. 60s. 50s. Yeah, probably this will be the highest resolution that you can do. So zombies, it seems to be fine, especially even when looking at the entire map at once. We're into the 50s at worst. But once there are more zombies on screen, it's probably going to be dropping into the 40s, like the campaign. Who knows?
This place is cursed. I should have known Project.
So yeah,
Station
zombies
would
runs
come back
better,
home.
as you can see.
We believe this
Let's open
location
this
is
door.
the cause of the dimensional breaches we've encountered. Strike team, get down there.
Yeah, I have to turn on the power first. Gotcha. Let's kill more zombies so I can advance. Where are you, zombies? Hello there. It's gone. Anybody else? Alright, let's blow this up. Oh, there's another one over here. Hello there. Yeah, zombies seems to be fine. Even when looking at the entire map at once. When more zombies show up, it should be worse, as always. So yeah, zombies is fine. With these settings at least. So let's jump into a multiplayer. Nice. Yeah, at worst is into the 50s, so great. Let's go now into a multiplayer. Are you gaming and streaming with the same CPU? No, read the description. In the description, you can see that I'm using a separate computer. Just read the description, and you'll be able to see it. So now time to jump into a multiplayer. We're doing against bots because I'm not finding matches quickly, so yeah, pretty unfortunate. So multiplayer, we're doing versus bots. So sorry guys, but not much of an option for me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do cartel because it has some vegetation. We're doing team deathmatch. And the difficulty of the bots will be veteran, so I get killed every 5 seconds. So yeah, team deathmatch. On cartel, I'm veteran. So at least I can play without people because I'm not finding any matches, guys. Probably people in the US are sleeping, so this should be the worst case scenario on a multiplayer match because I'm against bots. So let's go with what? Yeah, let's use the first one, the assault rifle. And remember, I'm using this part. I'm in this part due to the heavy vegetation.
Team deathmatch.
Okay, 60 frames apparently.
You're representing the
So probably 900p is the best for multiplayer and zombies. Then if you're playing single player, drop the resolution. Single player runs significantly worse. And there's some artifacts, not sure what's up with that. Some artifacts with pop in. Maybe the low draw distance. Holy hell, yeah, these are veteran difficulty bots. How are you doing today, Varios? Yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. It's gone. Yeah, as you can see, if you're playing a normal multiplayer match, this should be way better than campaign or zombies. Whoa, he got me. Jesus, these bots are insane. Look at that aim. So yeah, you can practice here if you don't want to get wrecked in the multiplayer. You can get wrecked playing against bots. Alright. So yeah, multiplayer, just like the beta, runs fine. Unless you're on one of the bigger maps. Whoa, I screwed up there. So yeah, let's try now 720p. Now that we're here, let's swap to 720p on the campaign. Do you think this game is more optimized than the alpha? It seems to be running a little bit better, and the graphics are slightly better on low than they were before. So yeah, so far it seems to be running a little bit better. Not a huge difference though. With Boy, I know it's off topic, but you have to try Vudek. Try to order it online. Until then, I won't click the notification bell. Not sure what that is, but I'll look it up. Thank you for the recommendation. There's a lot of noise. What do you mean? Oh, the game is too loud? Okay, I lowered the volume of the game a little bit. So let's now jump into 720p. We're going to try slightly higher settings because I think we can do it. So 720p now. Pretty dumb and weird answer, but can you game with this CPU without Discord struggling and cut it out? Yeah, it should be fine, man. The CPU is not maxed out. So we're doing now 720p, but let's do medium models, low screen space reflections, medium object view distance, medium volumetrics, medium shadows, no special effect shadows, and we're doing SMAA T2X. Now let's do Filmic SMAA 1X. Medium ambient occlusion, no motion blur, thank you very much. And we keep it like that. So basically medium settings, that's what we're doing at the moment. Medium settings, 720p. So we get some extra visuals at least, now that we're lowering the resolution. So 720p, medium settings, basically. So let me show you the settings for a second. So we are at 720p now, as you can see here. We keep high textures, medium models, medium special effects quality, low screen space reflection, medium object view distance, volumetrics on medium, shadows on medium, dynamic shadows enabled, so there's a shadow going on, special effect shadows disabled because I don't really notice them, weapon shadow enabled, and then medium anti-aliasing, medium ambient occlusion, no motion blur, and subsurface scattering. So let's see if with these settings we can get 60s in the campaign. Probably not, but hey, worth a shot. So we restart the campaign now in this part. ¿Qué placa estás probando? La 1050 Ti. What's the NVIDIA? Usually. Do a best settings combination for the 580? Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, be patient, be patient. I'm doing everything that is in the description, so do not worry, man. I'm here for you.
Bell, it's time to wake up.
Yeah, as you can see, the campaign still into the 40s, but the campaign seems to be significantly more demanding than the multiplayer. Never mind, we're into the 50s now. But it looks better, don't get me wrong, it does look better. Less flat, and now with now that we have ambient occlusion and some reflections, it does look better. The reflections are super blocky, super... yeah, they're not great as screen space reflections. So remember, this is one of the worst levels in terms of performance. I'm not sure what those artifacts are about. What the heck, game?
Hey, Butcher.
Sometimes I get some artifacts.
Still hurts like hell, but at least I can move it.
So yeah, it seems to be between 40 and 60 on the campaign with these settings. So there are better shadows, there's ambient occlusion. Now the game looks much better, in my opinion. So yeah, it should be fine like this. I'll probably play like this, yeah, the campaign, so we get better visuals.
Hey, Sims, you know,
Soy de Uruguay, pero hablo español.
Yep.
So yeah, remember the campaign is significantly more demanding, apparently.
Usually pretty
Is this young Captain Price? He should open some doors. That's hilarious.
assignment. FOB4 ripcord is holding a
Yeah, when looking that way, it's usually pretty bad.
What kind of
But then when shooting,
kind you don't
yeah, probably into the 40s in the worst part.
record has been taking a hell of a beating.
So yeah, this is the campaign now.
Relax. We got
The campaign is what runs the worst by a long shot.
it'll be a walk in the park.
And also, I do recommend getting some anti-aliasing going on. I put it on medium, but the game looks super soft. Even the shadows are super noisy. So that's pretty unfortunate. It makes the game look worse. The noise in the shadows, the noise in the reflections. There's noise everywhere. Yeah, those are screen space, as you can see. So yeah, let's see once we start shooting. But so far, it doesn't seem... 720p seems to be the way to go, to get decent visuals. At least on this card. No, I also do zombies and multiplayer. I do both, yeah. That's what I do on Call of Duty. I usually do everything. Yeah, I don't care about this. Let me skip.
First time Perseus pinged our radar.
Come on.
Approaching the village now.
Okay. Now time to shooty. When looking at the village, yeah, we're still dropping to the 40s. So expect 40s in the campaign at 720p with these settings. If you want 60s, you need to lower to low, but the campaign is significantly more demanding than before. So keep that in mind. So yeah, anyways. Let's do now zombies. So the campaign is the most demanding so far. As expected, so let's do zombies. So zombies on private. Let's go. Apparently it's not heavy CPU intensive, so you don't need 6 or 8 cores. Yeah, true. This game doesn't seem to be CPU intensive. Seems to be more of a GPU bound thing. We'll see once we get into a bigger match. But so far it doesn't seem to be CPU intensive at all. At least for 60 frames, you don't need much at all on the CPU side. How do you think the 570 will perform? We're about to find out. After the 750 Ti is done, we're doing this, so patience please. 750 Ti after this will be super quickly, 720p lowest settings, how we do on that one. And then we're swapping to the 570, which should be way better. I feel like the zombies mode will be more demanding in the high rounds. Yeah, of course, but I don't have time to get to the high rounds. So I'm trying to show at least the start of the match.
Let's get some answers.
Of course, the later parts with more zombies, it will be more demanding. So keep that in mind. Guys, please let me know if the audio of the game is too loud. Because I'm listening to it. It's super loud when I take shots. Thank you so much to Jimkum Osukum, sorry if I messed that up, for the 29 Indian rupees donation. Thank you so much, man, for super chatting me. Here's sending, I think it's a flower, so, oh, I love you too, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Super appreciated. Yeah, as you can see in the zombies, at least in the starting phases, we're getting over 60 just fine at 720p medium. So yeah. Remember, when there are more zombies on screen, it's going to get a lot worse, probably. But it seems to be completely playable, like this. Unfortunately, no time to do places with more zombies. Audio is fine. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know. So as I was saying, yeah, when you are getting to a place with more zombies, more stuff going on, it's probably going to drop below 60, but it should stay over 50. I'm pretty sure. It should still be less demanding than the campaign by a lot because there's less going on. Let's see if I can... Let me kill one more, open this door, and we're doing multiplayer. I do like the movement now. Zombies has a lot of quick movement, which I'm super happy about, that I can move super quickly. Where are the zombies? Crafting table, there's new stuff everywhere. Alright, it's sound. Whoa! Yeah, zombies are faster now. Let's get away from here. We open this wall. Alright, yeah, this part is more open, and as you can see, we're still into the 60s. Seems to be completely fine, at least this part. Let's see at the map from a distance. I do like this. These levels are more open-ended now. Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Enough of your moaning.
So yeah. Anyways, seems to be okay. Let's go to the multiplayer. Can you do a giveaway for this game? At the moment, no way for me to give it away, unfortunately. I tried giving a game to one of my moderators, Pedro, that should be around. Maybe he's there. And what's the name of this? And I tried to gift him Modern Warfare, the campaign, and it was kind of impossible. Regional limitations. So sorry, guys. This game's frames are pretty unstable. Yeah, I recommend that frame rate cap. Probably the campaign, you should play it at 30 frames. Oh man, no. I'm going to be doing versus bots because nobody's playing this game apparently. We're doing the same map, the cartel, the deathmatch or free-for-all. Who? Yeah, let's do free-for-all. Now, let's keep it the same as before. And the bots will be a veteran. So they wreck me. So sorry guys, I cannot do against people because nobody's playing. Getting into a match takes forever. At the moment at least. Even playing with crossplay enabled. So I'm so sorry, but this is what I can do now. This should be the best running part of the game. Yeah, when you're running, the first minute of the campaign runs much worse. But I found some other areas when you're shooting from a helicopter that run a lot worse. So yeah, the campaign really is running significantly worse in general. And as you can see, the multiplayer is fine. These smaller matches, this smaller 6 versus 6 matches are over 60 just fine. You can probably even crank up some settings. And against people, it shouldn't be a lot different than this, really. I think that the bots are controlled by the servers, not my PC. So it shouldn't be a performance hit. There we go. Ah, there was someone behind this truck. But Jesus. So yeah guys, you're not going to have problems in multiplayer. The thing is, when you're starting to play the campaign there, it's going to drop. Whoa, the bots on this are pretty good. So as you can see, best settings, in my opinion, are either 900p lowest with dynamic shadows or 720p medium. That's my advice for most of the game. Again, it really depends on what mode you're doing. If you're doing the campaign, it runs bad. I mean, much worse, like 20 FPS behind. If you're doing multiplayer small matches, should be into the 60s. So it's a little bit better. And then if you're doing zombies, before the big hordes of zombies, you're going to be fine. So yeah. Anyways, let's swap graphics cards. So we're going to close the game down and swap to the 750 Ti very quickly. It's going to be 720p lowest, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, allow access. Thank you very much. And let's shut it down. Let's shoot it down. So time to go for the 750 Ti super quickly. We're just compiling the shaders, 720p, and that's about it. Because I know that it won't run it that well. We're doing many cards. ¿Cuánto ping tenés en esos servidores? Son bots, no son servidores. Alright. So, bye bye, 750 Ti, 750 Ti, 1050 Ti, let's do 750 Ti. Here we go. It's in. There we go. So, time to swap GPU. Ah, water. Love it. So yeah, we're doing 720p on this one. It's an old card from 2014. So yeah, we're already pressing F. Well, at least the game launches. Not like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that it didn't launch on the 750 Ti. This game seems to perform similar than Modern Warfare. Yeah, it's pretty close, I would say. Yeah, the campaign runs worse, I think. So yeah. Anyways, loading the drivers now. 1 second, guys. Okay, they loaded super quickly. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So there we go. So time to show you. So we're doing now 750 Ti at 720p lowest. So lowest settings right away. I know what to expect really. And let's launch the game. 750 Ti Invisible Edition. Coming soon to your nearest PC. Yeah, I'm mounting graphics cards in the wall like this. Yeah, that's hilarious. Thank you, Fireboy1251. You do so as well. RIP 750 Ti. Yeah, true. Basically, F's in the chat. So let's jump directly into the game. For people asking about the size of the game, it was an 86GB download without the HD textures, but the HD textures, you need a lot of VRAM, so do not even bother with those. That will make the game be 100GB. So yeah, let's restart the game. Unfortunately, the game played Dirty Bomb. Nobody's playing. I tried it. Nobody's playing. I tried joining one, and apparently the people in the US are sleeping. That's why. So yeah. Yeah, this will be below 60, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not expecting anything else. I gotta compile the shaders, guys, so I'm going to talk to you guys in the meantime, because I cannot play the game without shaders being compiled. It will just run like absolute garbage. Yeah, we have the same wallpaper. Yeah, that wallpaper is badass in my opinion. The Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy wallpaper. I love it. If you want to see my wallpaper or my animated background, link in the description. So let's go for 720p. Here we go. 100% resolution scale. We apply. Yeah, 144 FPS at 8K. Yeah, for sure. So 720p. Lowest settings, yeah, absolute lowest. So lowest. Let's put this on low, disabled, lowest, disabled, everything disabled. And we're using all the VRAM. Thank you very much, game. Hang on. I'm not seeing anything on my monitor. Hang on, guys. Gotta apply those settings. Yeah, I have to play on the OBS window, unfortunately. So let's see. Come on, background. I'm trying to show up here. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm going to compile the shaders. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to refresh my webcam. That's why I'm not showing up. So 750 Ti, lowest settings is what we're doing at 720p. Yeah, for some reason my camera is not showing up. What the heck? Never mind. Yeah, my camera won't show. Great way to start. Oh, I know why. Never mind. I screwed up. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'm back. I screwed up with the camera. Sorry, guys. I'm just now waiting for the shaders to compile. So we're at the lowest settings at 720p. So right now we're compiling shaders. So compiling shaders. So we get at least some decent numbers. In the meantime, let's just talk about the settings a little bit. So you get a resolution scale option. You get NVIDIA Reflex, which weird that we have that on the 750 Ti. Let's disable it just in case. So in the meantime, I'll be reading chat as well. So as you can see, lowest settings, everything on the lowest. But one thing that is super interesting, the shadows, you can put it on low, but you can avoid disabling shadows if you crank this up. We're not going to do so because we need the best performance possible. So everything at the lowest, as you can see. And here it says 750 Ti. So say your prayers while this loads. So in the meantime, let's read some chat. Shader compilation won't be forever. No, it's going to take a while, but it shouldn't be that long. In the meantime, I can talk to you guys. So let's see. RX 570, yeah, after this card, that it will be super quickly. We're doing 720p lowest on the campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. Then we'll jump into the 570. So sorry about the delay, guys, but yeah, not much that I can do about this. The shader compilation takes a while. I mean, if it makes the game run better, I'm all for it, really. So yeah. Sí, F la cámara, pero ya volvió por suerte. 750 Ti showed me the way to this channel. Well, yeah, a lot of people joined due to the 750 Ti and 1050 Ti, so super glad I could help you guys with those cards. I'm still using them, so that's super weird. 6 years later, still using the 750 Ti. Yeah, I mean, it's very slow. It loads very slow, the shader compilation. But once it reaches like 10-15%, it jumps directly to 70. So do not worry, it will be fast after 10%. It usually goes pretty fast. So do not worry, it will be over soon. How big is the download? 82 gigabytes, I think. So, I mean, if you don't download the HT textures, you get an 82 gigabyte download. And you can also decide to not download the multiplayer. You can select to download separate parts of the game. If you want to download only the campaign, you can do so. If you want to download only the multiplayer or only zombies, you can do it just fine. It will be much lighter on your download speed. So if you want to just get into the campaign first, just download like 40 gigabytes, I think it is, or 60, not exactly, I don't exactly remember. So you get only the campaign, or only the multiplayer, or only zombies. And if you click on the Warzone, you're going to get Modern Warfare will launch. So this is not on a new engine. Warzone stays the same. So keep that in mind. Hey Santiago, do you think performance has improved much from the open beta? It's almost the same. I think it looks a little bit better, but runs almost the same. So do not worry. Is it true that we're going to have a 3050? No, nothing is official yet, but hopefully we're getting one. My expectation for the 3050, if there is one, is that it's going to run similar to the 2060. If that's the case, that would be awesome. A great boost over the medium range cards at the moment. So yeah, what's your specs in your daily PC? Ryzen 5 3600, RTX 2060 and 16 GB of RAM with a 1 TB SSD. ¿Vale la pena pagar 10.000 pesos argentinos por la 1660 Super o con la 580 de 8 GB voy bien? No sé la diferencia de precio, pero si la diferencia de precio no es enorme, la 580 me parece que vale más la pena. Pero ahora deberían aparecer nuevas gráficas, así que yo esperaría un cacho. Do you have download high textures? No, I didn't download the high textures because the ultra textures because I don't have a card with more than 8 GB of video memory, and it's like a 40 GB download, so I don't think it's worth doing really. You did RX 580 already? No, we're doing 570 after this, then 580, then 1650 Super, then 2060. So we're going to cover everything. If you want to see the 1050 Ti, you can rewind the live stream. How do you change between GPUs so fast? I thought I have to uninstall all the drivers of the previous card, then install the new drivers when plugging the new card. Yeah, the thing is, I already did that beforehand, so it's a quick swap. If I do it once, it's fine. The thing is, if I was cycling between GPUs without deleting the drivers beforehand, if I was cycling multiple times, more than twice, and not deleting drivers ever, well, in that case I would have an issue probably. But since I'm doing one change on each live stream, it should be okay. After the live stream, I always delete the drivers and install them all over again. I do that so I can quickly swap between GPUs without installing drivers because it takes a while. So yeah, if you do it once, it's fine. The thing is, when you do it more than 7 times there, it starts having weird issues. But if I notice weird issues, I delete the drivers, so no worries. Can you speak German? Unfortunately, 9. Can NVIDIA Reflex on plus boost FPS? Not sure what you mean by that. You mean the dynamic resolution on the NVIDIA control panel? I haven't tried that. Doesn't seem to be having great results, really. I have Vega 8. Whoa, yeah, Vega 8 is going to suffer on this one. It should be similar to this, though, because this is the X12. Vega 8 is much better on the X12 than the 750 Ti, that's for sure. The texture pack works fine on the 2060. Okay, interesting. Thanks for the heads up. Might try it later. Is there a difference on the 1650 Super and the overclock variant? In general, it's 1 or 2 frames. It depends on the overclock. The overclock is not usually that crazy. You can manually get there much better, really. Simplemente un hombre con experiencia. Sí, más o menos, algo así. Es experiencia nomás. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Rasnov, how are you doing, man? Yeah, haven't seen you since Black Ops 1. Can NVIDIA... Yeah, I already responded that. Can you help me decide which is better, 1060 or 580? Personally, I would go for the 580 due to the extra video memory. Those extra 2 GB should be super helpful in most games. So yeah, which games are you playing these days? Not much really. I'm just playing while doing the live stream. Do you use AMD cleanup utility? No, I deleted drivers with DDU and reinstalled them in safe mode. That's basically what I do. ¿Cuáles serían las nuevas gráficas? Y probablemente la 3050, la 6500 XT. Aparentemente están por aparecer, yo no tengo idea cuánto falta, pero si es ahora mismo, capaz que la 580, si te sale mucho menos, iría por esa. Why is there a gift option if no one's going to gift anyone any game? Not sure why, man. But it doesn't work sometimes. If you're trying to gift someone a game across regions, sometimes it doesn't work. It depends on the platform, really. I tried to gift people in Europe some stuff from Steam. It didn't work due to the region. I tried on Origin. It didn't work due to the region. So yeah, the gifts are just for your own region. You cannot gift to people in other countries at times, which is super disappointing, but hey. Okay, shader compilation almost ready. Okay, shader compilation complete. Let's jump right into the campaign, which should be the worst performance by a long shot. So we resume.
All right, Bell. We're going back.
Let's see how it goes.
First time Perseus.
Yes, I have an RTX 2060. We're going to test that in a separate live stream. I'm going to share you the links. So let's see how it goes. The campaign, I'm not expecting much really. Whoa, man. Yeah. Okay, 60 frames. Interesting. So at 720p lowest settings, this is similar to 1080p lowest settings on the 1050 Ti. As you can see here, we're dropping into the 30s. So let me see what resolution we would need for 60s on the campaign. Maybe we're lucky. Let's try 480p. So 480p. No crash, please. Okay, 480p. Let's see. Yeah, even at 480p, we're getting 40s. So you're not getting 60s on the 750 Ti, even at 720p. Even at 480p, better said. So let's say at 720p, just to maintain the same resolution. So F in the chat for the 750 Ti. If you want 30s, it's fine. The thing is, when you want 60s, well, you're not getting there. So if you don't mind 30 frames per second, this is what you can do. But it's still surprising that this game can run on a 6-year-old graphics card from 2014. Well, in a budget graphics card from 2014. So as you can see in the campaign, pretty poor performance in comparison to the other modes. So yeah, potato settings. But at least you can play at 30 frames. As you can see when I get to the shooting parts. It gets a little bit better. So yeah, F's in the chat. Alright. So yeah, pretty nice. Let's now swap to the, what's the name of this? The zombies mode. Should be a little bit better. So let's do that. Zombies, then multiplayer. So let's go to zombies. Come on. We go to custom match. Where is the custom match? Hang on, guys. Trying to find the button. Yeah. I'm using the... Okay, private, never mind. I had to move my face to see the menu, so that's pretty hilarious. Anyways, so... Let's see, 750 Ti, lowest settings, 720p. Alright. So you can do over 30 frames on this card. Let's try the shotgun on the zombies mode. Yeah, those graphics are terrible. But it is what it is, I guess. So let's see if zombies run better. When you try graphics settings, can you put like textures on ultra plus shadows, medium high or AA to smooth out the overall look of the game? In this case, that's not possible. I mean, anti-aliasing in this game is super demanding. You lose like 5 FPS. So I try to crank up those textures, but in this case, the textures use more than 2 GB on something that is not the lowest. So in this case, I don't have a choice. I cannot crank up anything else. So as you can see, we're into the 40s in the worst part, at least in zombies. When there's a lot of zombies on screen, it's probably going to be dropping below 40.
I should have known Project End Station would come back to haunt me.
So yeah,
We believe this location
zombies is more playable,
dimensional breaches
at least in the
encountered.
beginning.
Strike
Zombies,
get down there.
zombies. I love the zombies. Alright, come on. There you are. Shotgun. This shotgun has very long range, as you can see. Yeah. Oh man, I'm screwing up bad. I'm screwing up big time. Whoa, hello guys. Yeah, even World at War looks better than this. Even World at War looks better than this thing, I think. I mean, on the 750 Ti, I mean. 750 Ti. On the 750 Ti, World at War looks better than Black Ops Cold War, in my opinion. But at least you can launch the game, not like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you couldn't even launch it. At least here you can launch the game, I guess. Yeah, so zombies, you can see, you can run over 40 most of the time, probably going to drop into the upper 30s when there are a lot of zombies on screen. So things to consider.
Get him a toe tag.
Bonus points. Yeah, I do remember the map now. Yeah, this is the map on World at War. So thanks for reminding me. I completely forgot. It looks so different. But I love that they went back and took a look at that map. I was missing it from World at War. So super interesting. So let's now go for the hang on. Let's go for the multiplayer. So let's go to multiplayer. Yeah, the PS4 against the 750 Ti. At the start of the generation, it was pretty similar. Now it's super left behind. So yeah, that usually happens on PC versus console. The PC ages faster, the GPU at least. Como mirar con una 580, ya nos vamos a enterar, pero debería ser al máximo a 60, el 1080. Do you have consoles, PS5 or Xbox Series S or X? I don't have a console, but I plan on getting one probably. I requested an Xbox Series S from Microsoft, and they told me that they ran out of samples because, well, I asked for them for a console like a week ago. So, yeah, I should have been faster there. But they told me they could have given me one if I requested the console earlier. I forgot that I have a YouTube channel, that's why I forgot to request it. So yeah, dumb me. So I might get an Xbox Series S to compare against the new graphics cards that come out. That will be interesting. How much of VRAM this game uses on 1080p max settings? We're going to find out once we jump to the 580. So yeah, I'm doing this against bots, guys, because there's nobody playing multiplayer. I couldn't find matches. It takes forever to find a match, at least right now. Probably because the people in the US are sleeping. It's the morning there. So I'm playing against bots. It should be basically the same, 6v6. The issue is when you're playing against other people in the dirty bomb mode. So if you're playing the dirty bomb mode, you're going to have a bad time in comparison to this. Probably into the 40s or 50s, like the beta. So yeah. As you can see, the multiplayer runs, the 6v6 runs a lot better. As expected, I killed someone, Jesus. And these bots are on veteran, so it should be more realistic. The expectations of performance on this. So yeah, anyways. So as you can see in this place, whoa. At worst we drop into the 40s, into the 50s, sorry. Yeah, it's going to be nice if I get the Xbox Series S to see the Game Pass content. There's so much content on Game Pass, it's ridiculous the amount of games that you can play. But comparing that against a PC would be super interesting, I think. I mean, seeing the Xbox Series S, how it ages against new graphics cards, that would be amazing, I think. To do, I don't know, if the 3050 releases, it will be interesting to compare them. To see how much you can spend on a PC to be close to a new console. I think that would be fun, but I need to save up. It's a lot of money. And it will be hard to get, probably. Oh man, I'm so bad. These are bots in veteran difficulty, and they are like aimbot level good. So yeah, as you can see, multiplayer a lot better than the campaign and zombies. So yeah. Whoa, that scared me. Anybody? Okay, yeah, these bots are pretty good. Which is better to buy? Ryzen 3 3200G with a 1650 Super or 1660? Personally, I would just go for a Ryzen 3 3100, 4-core 6 threads. And then get a 1650, well, if you can get a 1660, 1650 Super should be a little behind. Yeah, get the 1660 due to the video memory. With 6 gigabytes, you're going to be just fine. So let's go for the 570 now. F's in the chat for the 750 Ti. You can play multiplayer just fine. But the thing is, when you're playing the campaign or you're playing zombies, you're going to drop below 60 much more often. So time for the 570. Let's go there. So come on PC, shut down. Right, I removed the HDMI cable. I removed the 750 Ti, the invisible 750 Ti. Whoa, there it goes. I'm a magician. So let's put that to the side and let's grab the 570. So 570, the Aorus 570 8-pin connector. Let's plug it in. Alright, it's It's in, perfect. Let's plug it in. All right. Okay. It's on. Let's see the driver refresh if it works. ¿Alguien me puede ayudar? Mi juego es la dice cuando te lleva al 30% y la CPU al 100% y estás limitado por el procesador entonces. Should I get a Radeon 5700 XT or should I save up? If you can save up, we're going to get ray tracing on the new AMD cards. So the 6000 series AMD cards should have ray tracing support. So if you can save up for that, I think it would be a good investment. As far as I know, the 5700 XT does not have ray tracing. I do not know exactly. Probably no ray tracing. So yeah, anyways, so 570 now. Let's change the status to 570. We're going to start with high settings on the 570. So RX 570, high settings. As you can see, I'm using everything on the latest. So let's jump straight into the game now. So what's the name of this? Call of Duty. La 3050 viene con 4 GB de RAM. ¿Qué tan bueno es? Y 4 GB es muy poco. Yo iría por lo menos con 6, pero veremos cuando salga. Is it good to buy a second-hand GPU? If you have a way to test it before picking it up, yeah, go for it. Just make sure you trust the seller. It can be a muddy mess to get a graphics card to work sometimes. What graphics card are you using now? I'm using the AMD Radeon RX 570. So the 570, the card for the people, the card for the... Yeah, most people should be able to afford it. Can you please show your control panel settings? There's nothing changed there. I only enabled GPU scaling, but then nothing else really. Sí, hablo español de Vox 515, soy de Uruguay. I come late. Did you test the 1050 Ti? Yes, rewind the live stream. The first 50 minutes were the 1050 Ti. Alright guys, so I have to compile the shaders first, so gotta wait a little bit so the shaders finish loading. So compiling shaders. So it's going to take a few minutes. Sorry about that, but nothing I can do about it, only wait. Is the 1650 super comparable to the 570 and 580? Yeah, basically. It's usually at the level of the 580, and in games that run better on NVIDIA, we're getting better numbers on that. So let's do high textures, high models, high special effects quality, high screen space reflection, high object view distance, high volumetrics. Let's do high shadows, dynamic shadows, weapon shadow, yeah, let's do that. High anti-aliasing, high ambient occlusion, motion blur, no. Surface scattering, and that should be about it. So we apply the settings. So I'm using high settings, I think. Yeah, for some reason, the screen space reflection option is broken. As you can see, I select high, I apply the settings, then I scroll down and scroll back up, and it's on low again, so cannot select higher than low screen space reflections, as you can see. ¿Por qué compila los shader? Para que el juego corra mejor. Está hecho para eso, como que carga las cosas que necesita hacer andar. Es medio extraño, pero sirve. So guys, I'm using 1080p high settings, as you can see there. So waiting for the shaders to compile. Some patience, please. Please test Godfall. I already tested that yesterday. You can go to the channel and watch that. Runs pretty poorly. RX 580 GB versus 1650 Super. ¿Vale la pena esos 4 GB o voy por la nueva tecnología? Yo iría por la de 8 GB personalmente. Y si puedes esperar la nueva tecnología, espérala. Somebody was asking 580 versus 1650 Super. 1650 Super versus 580. Really, in my opinion, the 580 with the extra video memory, I'll go for that one, personally. If you want to wait for the new technology, wait for it. Did the 750 Ti even run the game? I'm too lazy to rewind. Yeah, it ran the game at the lowest settings, 720p. On zombies, it was 50 to 60 frames per second, with drops into the 40s at times. Campaign was 30 frames per second, and multiplayer was 50 to 70 frames, basically. That was the 750 Ti. If we are not streaming, we will get high FPS, am I right? No Real Destroyer R95. I'm using a separate computer for the live stream, so there's no performance hit whatsoever. This is exactly how the game runs. There's no differential due to the live stream because I'm doing it separately. So the PC does not get affected at all. So no performance impact. That wouldn't be a real test video if I had a performance impact. Wouldn't make sense in my opinion. So yeah. ¿Cuáles son las desventajas de DLSS? Que se puede ver medio borroso si no está bien implementado. Y tiene algunos artefactos de... tiene ghosting. Someone asked me what are the disadvantages of DLSS. Well, some of the disadvantages is that if the implementation is not that great, it usually looks blurrier than native resolution. And another disadvantage is ghosting. Sometimes you can see ghosting with DLSS. Depends on the implementation again. Sometimes it's done amazing, sometimes not so much. It's more of a mixed bag. But yeah, at the moment, I think it looks pretty decent in most games. La 570 en Godfall, tengo un video sobre eso, el Tommy. Does 6-core improve performance? Depends on the game. On this one, it doesn't seem to change that much, really. Seems to be more GPU bound on this one. Hang on, guys, my phone is ringing. Gotta check it out. Okay, nothing new here. So everything's okay. Sorry about that, guys. What do you think? Ryzen 3 paired with a 580 bottleneck or no? It depends on which Ryzen 3. If it's a Ryzen 3 3100, you should be just fine. If it's a Ryzen 3 3200G, for example, then in that case, or a 2200G, in that case it will limit it in CPU intensive games. So make sure to go 4-core 6 threads, something like that. Che, Santi, conviene cambiar una D50 Ti por una 570. No es un gran salto, pero algo es algo. Sí, o sea, te recomiendo ir por la de 8 GB. Hay juegos que usan más de 4 ahora. Así que Romusa, por lo menos tendrías más memoria de video. Eso sería un gran salto en juegos que usan mucha memoria de video. Someone was asking me if it was worth jumping from the 1050 Ti to the 570. Well, it's not a big performance jump in all games. But my advice there, if you are getting a 570, get the 8GB version. The 4GB version will be limited in the newest games due to the video memory. So get the 8GB 570 if you're upgrading. So I think it's a worthy upgrade, the 1050 Ti to the 570. Because the 570, yeah, it has an improvement in performance in most games, not a big jump. But you can at least get 8GB of video memory. So that would be perfect, in my opinion. I really like his accent. Well, thank you so much. I guess. Noto que los juegos tienen la distancia de un efecto raro como que parpadean vallas y demás. ¿Qué puede ser? Tengo todos los gráficos al palo. Eso debe ser el anti-aliasing. Si lo podés subir un poco más, debería mejorar. Sí, Chris, Monsta, probé esa parte fuera del tutorial y corre horrible, sí. en el stream. Guys, if you want to see Godfall on all these graphics cards, I made a video yesterday. I live streamed it. Just check the videos in my channel. I tested Godfall on those cards outside of the tutorial level. That the tutorial level runs awful. Sorry, the tutorial level runs great, but after the tutorial, you're going to suffer. After the tutorial, Godfall runs terribly bad. So I recommend you check it out if you're interested. You can see the limits of 4 GB of VRAM there. If you can get the PS5 controller, the haptic feedback when you press L2 R2, the controller is life-changing. Depends on the game. It's both on PS5 and PC. I'm not getting a PS5 controller personally. Not really into controllers that much. I like my trusty Xbox 360 controller. It's wireless. I have a battery. I have a charging cable to charge it while I'm playing. So yeah. Take off your glasses for a second. Yeah, sure. Here I am without glasses. And here I am without headphones. So ear reveal, eyes reveal, no glasses reveal. So yeah. ¿Influye en el rendimiento subir el FOV? Sí, depende. Ese es el ángulo de visión. Sí, depende del juego. Si es muy amplio debería cambiar, pero 10 grados de diferencia no debería cambiar tanto. Somebody asked me if changing the FOV changes the performance. It depends on the game, really. If you change the FOV significantly, I don't know, you jump from 80 degrees FOV to 120, well, yeah, in that case, it should affect performance. But in most cases, if you jump from 80 to 90 FOB, it should be fine. Shouldn't change that much. If you change 10 degrees, but if it's a big change, it can be pretty noticeable. So yeah. Do you think Valhalla will be optimized and can be able to run with the 750 Ti? No, I don't think so. If the game could run on the 750 Ti, they would have done so already. In the requirements, it's very clear, the specification for Valhalla. You need a DirectX feature level 12_0, and the other cards do not have it, so very difficult in my opinion. Ain't it hot for you with all those lights? I only have an LED light and a window in front of me, so yeah, it gets a little bit hot in here when I use LEDs, but I'm using natural light from the outside, so yeah, not that hot. Can you do cloth unboxing reveal? No, I'm not. For 3 million subs, I'm doing that. What's wrong with games optimization these days? Well, we're jumping into the next generation of consoles, so that usually means a huge hit to the performance on PC games. After 6 months, usually we get great GPUs that run significantly better than now. Same with CPUs at great prices. So PC usually catches up 6 months after the release of the consoles. So we're going to be testing that across the console's life cycle, like usual. So it will be fine. We're going to be here to test that. Vos decís que espera la nueva tecnología, pero tengo una GTX 710 y un Ryzen 3 3300X. Estoy desesperado. Entonces una AMD, una 570 comprate entonces. Chris. After seeing all these games, I am worried for Cyberpunk 2077 optimization. Same. I'm pretty worried about Cyberpunk because they're having trouble running it on Xbox One S and the base PS4. So Cyberpunk will be super demanding probably, but we will be here to test it on all the cards. It will be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can run it. But hey, where are you from? I'm from Uruguay. It's a country between Argentina and Brazil in South America. If you can find it on Google, it's the home of Luis Suarez. It's the home of Cavani. We're the neighbors of Messi. Yeah, the usual stuff. Multiplayer runs pretty good on Ryzen 4800H 1650 laptop. Yeah, makes sense. Like it should. Very fast loading shaders, better than snail speed. Well, yeah, that's due to on the AMD cards it takes forever to load shaders, not sure why. On the Nvidia cards it's much faster, so sorry about that guys, but I cannot skip the shader compilation if I want good performance. So yeah, anyways. I have a 3570K with a 1650 super low settings on Cold War. I get 50 to 70. Can you please help? No, I cannot help, but you are CPU limited, I think. So use a mix between medium and high, and that should be fine. It shouldn't change much from low settings there because you're CPU bound. All right. Almost there, guys. 62%. Tengo anti-aliasing al palo y todavía me pasa. ¿Qué puede ser? Y si es temporal anti-aliasing, tiene sentido. Es parte del juego. Subir la resolución en ese caso. Will Cavani succeed at Manchester? Cavani will already succeeded. I mean, the guy is a millionaire. I mean, succeed in Manchester. He's getting paid millions of dollars. So Cavani already succeeded in life. ¿Qué programa usas para checar los FPS? MSI Afterburner. I'm using MSI Afterburner to see the FPS. ¿Cuál me recomendarías? ¿El 3100 o el 2600? El 3100 para juegos, el 3100. Si vas a streamear, 2600 me la jugaré un poco más. Sí, tal cual, don papas fritas, tal cual. How do you switch GPUs? I turn off the PC that has the game. I grab the GPU and I put the other one. Basically like that. Super easy and quick. Un i5 7400 más 570 es suficiente para jugar 900p por los próximos 4 años. No, por los próximos 4 años no se sabe qué va a pasar. No sabemos si vamos a estar vivos. Te la tiro por 2 años, con suerte. Por 2 años más a 60 fps, probablemente. 4 años me estás colgando ahí. How the import taxes in your country? In my country, Bangladesh, the import taxes are huge. Almost 70% the price increase for electronic components. Well, in that case, in my country, it's 60%. So, and I have to pay someone to import the stuff. So yeah, taxes are pretty crazy here as well, but I buy locally. So it's still expensive, but I don't have to do import tax. So yeah, super expensive. Recomiendo la 580 para 2020-2021. Por ahora va bien, por ahora va bien. Veremos qué pasa en 2021. La de 8 GB, por supuesto, no la de 4, la de 8. Alright, so almost there, 80%. It's probably going to jump right away now into the 100% range. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this live stream. We are 700 people now, crazy amount of people watching. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already, like the video, it helps out a ton, so YouTube recommends my content. And if you like what I do, subscribe so you get sometimes notifications when I'm doing a live stream, testing a game, doing a video, something like that. I always test these budget graphics cards, then I swap to the 2060, so you guys can see how RTX does. So yeah, just shameless plug there. i7 9700, i5 10600, big difference, not sure, but the 10600 should be the best value so far. Do you think AMD is better than Nvidia because Nvidia prices are too high in my country? Depends on the card, really. If you're doing 580 versus 1650 Super, get the 1650, get the 580, it will be cheaper. At least in my country, the 580 is like $100 cheaper than the 1650 Super, so no competition there, really. La 570 8 GB tiene tanta diferencia con la de 580. Tendrías como 10 FPS menos, algo así. No es una enorme diferencia. Depende del precio ahí. Vega 64 in my country is 800 to 1000. Yeah, same here. Same here. Did you buy this game? Yes, I didn't get it for free. This is a game that I didn't get for free, so I had to buy it. But that's fine. I mean, as long as you guys watch, with the ad revenue, I can buy games and hardware. So thank you guys for watching. You make this possible, really. If it wasn't for you guys watching the content, I wouldn't be able to afford the graphics cards, games that I don't get for free. So yeah, the game is out already. It's been out for around 8 hours already. So you should be able to play it if you purchase it. Yeah, thanks Pedro for that shout out. Yeah, you get a 3090 under your pillow. Don't quote me on that though. I cannot promise anything there. But yeah, Pedro, if that happened, I would get a 1,000 million, yeah, 1,000 million subs, so 1 billion subs. So anyways, let's now jump into the campaign. Let's show you the graphics very quickly. I'm using high settings 1080p. So high textures, high models, everything on high. Screen space reflections, you cannot put it over low. It seems to be bugged. If I put it on high, it doesn't work. It stays on low. High, everything on all. Special effects on enabled. High anti-aliasing, high ambient occlusion, no motion blur, and subsurface scattering. So let's get straight into the campaign, which is the demanding part. So we get back in.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, it's out globally. It should be out everywhere. So if you buy this game, it should be able to... Gotta skip that. All right. Okay, so in the campaign, in the shooting part, we are getting... Okay, 40s. So probably going to have to do some tweaking here. This is going to drop below 650 very often. So let's do some tweaks for the campaign. Let's lower first the ambient occlusion to low. Let's see how that does. So low ambient occlusion, we jump into the 60s, okay. Yeah, this will be my best settings maybe. Let me do one more tiny tweak because I don't want to disable the anti-aliasing. The anti-aliasing in this game looks pretty terrible without anti-aliasing. Let me see if Filmic SMAA looks decent. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't change that much. So let's do a couple extra tweaks. Let's keep this on high. We're going to lower, let's lower the shadows to medium. Let's see how it goes. All right, come on, load game. Come on, there we go. Okay, 61, 62, doesn't change that much at all. So let's keep the shadows on high. And let's keep it like that. That would be the best settings for 1080p. Special effect shadows, let's turn that off. And let's keep it like that. So this will be, let's, all right. Yeah, not a huge difference. So best settings for the 570, high settings, but we're keeping the special effect shadows disabled, and we're lowering ambient occlusion to low. So the game looks pretty good like this, personally. So just low ambient occlusion. Occlusion is with double C, not double S. That vocabulary though. So this is how you get 60 frames on the 570. 60 frames in most things. The campaign is going to drop into the 50s and 40s at times. So in the shooting part that you can see in the campaign, this part, it's usually into the 50s, but the campaign is the worst running part of the game by a long shot. But then you get into the demanding part of the campaign and you'll be dropping quite a bit lower. So let me show you that very quickly. The start of the level. How to uncap cinematics, I don't know. There should be a frame rate cat option in the menu for the cinematics, the menus, the gameplay. As you can see, when the campaign is in the bad parts, you drop into the 40s because there are more reflections, more NPCs, more shadows. So in the shooting parts, it's usually into the 50s, but in the bad parts, it's into the 40s. Let me check very quickly if lowering shadows here helps in any way. So medium shadows instead of high. Yeah, it didn't change that much, still into the 40s. So let's keep it like it was before. High shadows again, doesn't seem to change that much. So as you can see, the problem is that in the campaign, these parts that you're walking, you're talking, it drops into the 40s, but then you're shooting and it's into the 50s and 60s. As you can see right now, where I get this way, it's into the 50s, but I look that way with more characters, more stuff on screen, and it can drop into the 40s. So it's very specific parts of the campaign, but in the campaign you're not being competitive, to say it in some way, so it's not a huge deal. So let's go now to the zombies mode. What CPU? Ryzen 5, Ryzen 3 3100. You can see all my specs in the description, guys. If you want to see my specs, everything is down there. So let's go now to the zombies. So private, solo. Do it with a 590. Unfortunately, no 590. I have a 580. We're going to do that with the maximum textures. It will be super interesting. So yeah, hang on. Gotta play zombies now. Let's see how it goes. ¿Puede ser mi placa porque tengo todo el palo? ¿Puede influir que el juego sea viejo? Sí, obvio, que el juego sea viejo influye un montón. Depende muchísimo. Sí, puede cambiar. What else? Is there very high and ultra settings? Yeah, there is ultra settings, but I don't think those make sense really. At least not for a 4GB card. If you have a 4GB card, stay on high, don't go any further, personally. One thing that I would do probably is anti-aliasing on ultra. That looks super not jaggy, super sharp. So yeah, let's see.
Welcome to Alpha Site, Strike Team.
Okay, 50s, 40s. What the heck? Hang on. Yeah, weird. Zombies runs super similar to the campaign on the 570. I'm pretty confused, really. Yeah, not sure why it's dropping into the 40s. Let me do a couple tweaks, guys. What a weird thing. Maybe it's the reflections. Let's try that out. Now let's try the shadows first, then with the reflections. Let's see. Come on. Okay, yeah, what's the shadows? So guys, advice, if you want good numbers, do low ambient occlusion, but keep medium shadows, so you don't lose that performance on the zombies mode. So I reiterate the best settings. Put shadows on medium. Do yourself a favor. And you'll be getting 60s, basically.
Dimensional breaches occurring.
So you get decent visuals.
Of course, it comes back to this facility. You know better than most, Dr. Strauss. Team
So yeah,
Facility entrance should be
if on 60s, even on zombies, do this. Do high settings, medium shadows, low ambient occlusion, and you should be good to go. The campaign is going to drop into the 40s, yeah, but the zombies appears to be a lot better now. Noise. What you need to do also, when there are more zombies on screen in the later parts, you're going to suffer probably, but not as much as on the campaign. So things to keep in mind. How much does a 3080 cost in your country? Like $1,200, I think the cheapest one, or no, sorry, $1,500. That's how much a 3080 is in my country, if you can find one. So yeah, a 3080 is super expensive in my country, like over $1,000 easily. And if you want to get a 3070 in my country, it will be $1,000. So super expensive. ¿Dónde compras este juego? En battle.net, en el lanzador de Blizzard. Guys, if you want to buy this game, it's on battle.net, the Blizzard launcher. It's not on Steam. So yeah, unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. So, esto es la RX 570. This is the RX 570 for the people wondering. This is the RX 570. I'm trying to get to the more open area, but we're going to try multiplayer after this. So yeah. Come on. Zombies. Where are you? There you are. Hello, sir. Nice meeting you. ¿Por qué no se prueba con la 1660 Super? Porque no la tengo. Son demasiadas gráficas. Alright, let's go to the more open environment. This way. Yeah, it appears to be okay. Over 60. So when more zombies show up, you're going to get those extra drops in performance, but it should be over 50 just fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it, really. Completely playable. So yeah, let's do now the multiplayer. We're going to jump into one of those. So yeah, let's go into multiplayer. What is a normal income in your country? Around $500. I think that's the minimum. Let me think very quickly. Yeah, between $400 and $500. That's the minimum income in my country. Between $400 and $500 US dollars. I might be missing it, but I think it was about that number. Between $400 and $500. So yeah, you're not buying a 3070 in my country. You need to be pretty rich. Anyways, let's go to the multiplayer. Let me see if I can find one of those big matches. Just to see if there's people playing at least. 1650 Super or RX 5500 XT. If it's the 8GB version of the 5500 XT, I'll go that way. If not, the 1650 Super. So yeah, let's try Dirty Bomb. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully there's people playing. If there's no people, we're jumping into bots like we did before. So yeah. Anyways. What is a normal income in your country? I already answered that, but thank you for trying. Without a live stream, how many FPS? Read the description. The live stream does not affect the frame rate because I'm using a separate computer. Please guys, read the description. Everything is there. Every question you might have is probably responded down there. Even the background I'm using my PC is there. So yeah, never mind. Here in Portugal, the difference between a 580 and 1650 Super is 10 euros. Should I get the 1650 Super? If we're talking about the 580 8GB, get the 580 8GB. How old are you, Santiago? I'm curious. I'm 24 years old. I'm going to be 25 on Sunday, so pretty excited to be a quarter of a century old. ¿En qué minuto pruebas la 750 Ti? Ya la probé, Luis, rebobiné el stream. Era 720p a lo más bajo. Bueno, gracias, Radial Data, se agradece. So guys, I'm not finding any matches. Let's go to what I was doing before. Let's get to the cartel map, team deathmatch with veteran bots, because I'm not finding any matches at the moment. So yeah, remember, this is the best case scenario. This on a 6v6 match is not as demanding as zombies due to the amount of things happening on screen. Not as demanding as the campaign. The campaign runs significantly worse. So yeah, this should be the best case scenario for performance on multiplayer. If you're playing Dirty Bomb, it will be 32 players. It will be much more demanding. So as you can see, it runs similar to zombies, a little bit better.
Representing the company. Work clean, work fast.
So yeah. No, I'm not doing a birthday stream. I want to rest. I've been streaming every single day since Monday. So I want to do a little bit of resting. I love streaming, but I prefer to just go outside and get some sun. Maybe play some video games with friends or watch a movie. Because I don't usually do that in the normal days. It's like a tiny vacation that lasts 24 hours. Whoa, the bots in this are so aimbotting. The bots on Veteran are pretty good players. I love that. Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. How about you, man? Whoa. Yeah, as you can see, the bots are great players. I'm Veteran.
Stun grenade.
They are literally aimbots, which is fine. You can use it to practice. Whoa, 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 whoa. They see through walls. Oh, so close. But as you can see, this is, in my opinion, the best settings for the 570. High settings, low ambient occlusion, medium shadows. And you're basically getting 60s on multiplayer, 60s on zombies, and over 40 on the campaign. The campaign runs significantly worse, but that's to be expected, really. Oh, so close. Es justo que ahora salieron muchos juegos juntos. Sí, ese es el tema, Napalm. Ese es el tema. Muchos juegos juntos. Someone asked me if I had a PS5. I do not have a PS5. I didn't get a copy for review, which is fine. I don't do console testing in general. Yeah, I do not do it. So I didn't get a PS5. I might get one for myself later on. But as of right now, it didn't arrive to any stores and I cannot afford it really. So we gotta wait.
Enemy appears KIA.
I think your gaming chair is bottlenecking your setup. Yeah, basically. Yeah, my gaming chair, despite being comfy, is bottlenecking my frame rates, as you can see. I'm not getting better FPS because my gaming chair doesn't have RGB. So keep that in mind, guys. How much does a 3090 cost where you live? $2,500, the 3090 in my country. Which is hilarious. So guys, let me show you the settings so you can see. So the settings to play this at 60 frames, 1080p on the 570. High settings, low screen space reflection because high screen space reflection don't apply for some reason. Medium shadows, high volumetrics, all dynamic shadows, disable special effect shadows, weapon shadow enabled. High anti-aliasing, low ambient occlusion, no motion blur, subsurface scattering enabled, and that's about it. And I mean, it shouldn't change that much if you go to 900p. If you lower to 900p, instead of, let's stay on 1080p and lower the rendering resolution. So the rendering resolution is 1080p. Let's lower it to something close to 900p. There we go, 912p. So if I did this, you can do high shadows. If you do this, if you use 900p here, you can do high settings at 60 frames per second if you care about that. So high settings. Let's do like this. Yeah, we'll connect this up. High settings. Everything enabled. Let's do ultra anti-aliasing. And that's about it. So with these settings, you should be getting on 900p, 60 frames on basically the entire experience. So if you want to drop to 900p, you can do it. You'll be getting better visuals, a little better visuals, and you'll be getting over 60 all the time, even on the zombies mode. It should be at least. As you can see, getting the same frame rates as 1080p on a mix between high and medium. So yeah, I have to swap now, guys. I don't have a lot of time, so let's do the 580 on 1080p now. I want to show you 900p very quickly for reference. So yeah, let's get back into swapping GPUs. We're doing the 580 now. Sorry I had to do it so quickly, but yeah, it's taking a little bit too long. So high settings, 1080p on the 580, that's what we're doing. The 570 runs it pretty well. So thank you, Sebastian, for liking the stream. Thank you so much, man. So now we're swapping to the 580. Let's see how it goes. So the 570 is out of the PC. Let's swap camera. So the invisible 570, yeah, here it is. Let's put it to the side. Time to do the 580. Oh, the chunkiest card I own, the 580 triple fan. We're going to use dual fan clocks, so you can see how it really runs most things. So 580, we plug it in, we put a screw so we don't break our PCI Express slot. Excellent. And we plug the HDMI cable. All right, it's in. That's what he said. 2060 review now. No, we're doing 580, then 1650 Super, and then we do the 2060, so don't worry, we're going to get there soon. ¿Cuánto para vos es el mínimo de VRAM para los juegos que se aproximan? Y para ahora el mínimo 4 GB, pero yo trataría de ir por 6 GB para estar un poco sobrado. Be sure to like the stream too, guys. Yeah, thanks, Pedro, for reminding me of that. So guys, if you like what I do here, consider liking the video. It helps out a ton. So YouTube recommends my content. And also, if you're interested in what I do and want to have updates on when I'm doing a live stream, when I'm testing a graphics card, subscribe. You should be getting notifications if you ring the bell. So as you can see, here's the 580. Since it's a triple fan card, the core clock is a little bit higher. Let's put it on stop clocks. So the clocks here should be the same as a single fan 580, dual fan 580. So 1366. Let's get straight into Call of Duty. How much is RTX 2070 in your country? Around $700 to $800. The cheapest one, I think. So yeah. Bueno, saludos Tomás desde Uruguay. O sea, Tomás me saluda desde Argentina, yo te saludo desde Uruguay, Tomás, y yo a ti. So, loading, compiling shaders now. So, it's going to take a while. So, I'm talking to you guys in the meantime. Do you use RTX Broadcast for the background? Yes, sir. I'm using RTX Broadcast to remove my background here without a green screen. Super useful stuff. I wish this worked on GTX cards, but only RTX. So yeah. What's the next game you're going to test? Probably Bugsnax on Monday. Bugsnax on Monday or Tuesday. Well, if it's Tuesday, I'm doing Halo 4. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to test, really. Also... what's the other game? Observer Redux. That's another game I'm testing next week. So yeah, I have a give us a VRAM and CoD uses 9,000 megabytes. What? That's crazy. Probably the Ultra texture pack. Probably. All right. So let's go to the settings, and we're going to select 1080p. High settings. Let's put Ultra textures now that we're here. Oh, okay. Here says if the HD game textures and models are downloaded, setting texture to ultra will use the HD assets. So I didn't download the HD game textures and models because I don't have enough video memory for that on any of my cards. So let's put it like this. Now that we're here, let's just max it out. So let's put it on the highest, probably going to drop to high. But hey, let's try it on ultra now that we are here. We're going to do so. So highest settings. We're going to remove order independent transparency. It's pretty demanding. So yeah, this is basically ultra settings, I'll call it. Close to ultra settings. Ultra-ish settings. We're keeping 90% of the VRAM usage target. All right. So time to wait, compiling the shaders. when Assassin's Creed Valhalla is coming. I already tested Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I might do a separate video testing the game itself, talking about the options menu. We'll see. I gotta I gotta wait for games to stop releasing. There are games releasing every single day this month, so I'm being pretty busy testing more games. That's why. You can't play Warzone on a potato. Well, it depends. It depends. Is your name really Santiago Santiago, or is just for YouTube? My name is Santiago, but Santiago Santiago is a YouTube thing, yeah. ¿Sabes qué gráfica se compara con la integrada de Play 5? Dicen que una 3080, pero yo no sé. O una, perdón, una 2070 Super o una 2080 Super. Yo no sé, la verdad. Hay que esperar a que salgan los juegos y se verá. La VGA 1650 Super es buena en cuanto a refrigeración. Y depende. Si tenés dos ventiladores no deberías tener problemas, si es dual fan. Big fan from Bangladesh. Well, thank you, man. Nice seeing you there. After this, we're doing the 1650 Super, and after that, we're doing the 2060. So we're doing everything. We're doing campaign, multiplayer, zombies. We're doing all that good stuff. So patience. How would it work on a 1660 Ti laptop? If you have more than a GB of RAM and a dual channel on that laptop, you're probably looking at high settings, over 60 on 1080p. So yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm going to be testing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Is the RAM 8GB single? No, I'm using two 8GB sticks, so 16GB on dual channel, basically. So yeah, what's the next card? 1650 Super after this, then 2060 on a separate live stream. So yeah, SLI, no, el SLI murió, ya fue el SLI. Some people are talking about SLI. SLI is dead. It's done. SLI, who cares, really? Are you in Madrid? No, I'm in Uruguay. I'm in South America. So, yeah, nothing to do with Spain. Love from Bangladesh. Well, love from Uruguay, sir. ¿Crees que la 1650 Super pueda con Cyberpunk? Sí, probablemente. Veremos qué pasa. Big fan from Egypt. Well, thank you, man. You've been here for a while. I remember your profile picture, Ahmed Farid. I remember. Love the intro. Well, thank you. I don't understand why you guys like it so much, but glad to make you guys happy at times. ¿Hablas español? Sí, Juan, por supuesto. Soy de Uruguay. ¿Piensas que las 570 8 GB desempeña un poco mejor? Debería ir básicamente igual, pero podrías poner las texturas al mango con 8 GB. Another big fan from Bangladesh. Well, thank you, sir. Guys, get a cheap 2080 Super or 2080 Ti second hand, buy a 5600X or higher. You should be set for 1.1 to 1.2K if you cheap out on everything else. Yeah, maybe. That's a good experiment, if you can find it for cheap. What do you think on the Ryzen 5 2600X and a 580? Should be fine, man. You should be running similar to what you see in my live streams. Similar to that. So I expect similar numbers to what I show you in a moment. So yeah. De nada, Alex. Si es que te respondí, no recuerdo si te respondí. Wait, so SLI 2080 Ti's aren't cool? They're not cool? Well, they're cool because you are spending so much money and so much power bill on something that barely works at times. So you need... Games are getting less and less SLI support, so yeah. I don't think it's a good idea at all. Sí, el SLI está genial porque era como algo re de PC Gamer, algo re nuestro y lo estamos perdiendo. Así que me gustaba así, pero era ridículamente caro. So, guys, I was talking about SLI again. Yeah, the SLI I think is very cool. Is something that is very PC Gamer related, that you can just throw money at your computer and you can have duplicate graphics cards. But yeah, less and less games are supporting it, so unfortunately it's dying. For the enthusiasts out there, that's a bad news, I guess. So yeah. Tengo una 1650 Super, ¿qué procesador me recomiendas? Y yo te recomendaría un Ryzen 3 3100 para arrancar y después puedes mejorarlo más adelante. MDP, Nvidia said that January will stop support for SLI. I didn't know that. But there's so little support for SLI in general that I'm not surprised, really. hardly ever any developer is doing something with SLI. How much RAM is being used at 1080p? System RAM, more than 8 gigabytes easily. Video memory is on high textures, you're using 4 gigabytes. So yeah. Yeah, still cool. SLI is still cool, but yeah, not practical at all. La mejor gráfica para 1080p, pero que sea baratita. Y la 580, 8 GB. La que estoy probando ahora, yo creo que es una de las mejores precio-rendimiento ahora mismo. SLI is basically dead like the 750 Ti. ¡Wow! ¡Burn! Con un Ryzen 5 3400G más RTX 2070, ¿generaría cuello de botella por el CPU? Sí, probablemente. Si buscas más de 60 FPS, debería. Y en juegos muy modernos también. Pero debería ser jugable de todos modos. GTX 1080 Ti versus RTX 2060 Ti. The 2060 Ti doesn't exist, so 2060 versus 1080 Ti. The 1080 Ti is faster, but it cannot do ray tracing, so the 2060 is more like a 1070 Ti, something like that. So not super far away from the 1080 Ti. Well, it should be like 10 to 15 frames, or no, 10 to 20 frames behind. Yeah, pretty significant, but you do not get any ray tracing on the 1080 Ti, and you get way more video memory on the 1080 Ti. So pick the one that matches your usage scenario the most. Are you going to include more GPUs in the future? If I manage to get more GPUs, I'll do them, but I'm waiting for the new budget stuff. So yeah, if there's no new budget stuff, maybe I do some higher end GPUs. But that's more of a thought in my mind. It's not really I'm not really decided yet. Ryzen 5 3600 here sometimes reaches $300. Well, in my country it's the same basically. So yeah, I share your pain there. ¿Qué son los shaders? Y búscalo en Google, pero en este caso eso es algo que se compila para que el juego no tenga tirones, como pasaba en Godfall. Will you be able to do DLSS? Yeah, I'll do DLSS once I do the 2060. If there's any DLSS in this game, I'm going to try it. Also RTX. So yeah. Well, thank you so much, Fausto Aguiar. Se agradece un montón. Thank you, Fausto Aguiar. Highly appreciate it. I don't know why I said that in Spanish. RTX, the 2060 doesn't make sense for ray tracing anyway. Well, it depends. If you use DLSS on Watch Dogs Legion, you can use RTX just fine. So it depends. Is the game installed on an SSD? Yes, I'm using an M.2 SSD for this game. So it's going as fast as it can go. This is more of a graphics card limitation though. The graphics card takes forever to, the AMD cards take forever to load the shaders. You'll see that once I put the 1650 Super, it'll be much quicker to compile the shaders. So this is not storage related. This is more of graphics card related, really. RX 580 is only $90 here. It's still worth to buy. If it's the 8GB version, well, even if it's the 4GB version, go for it. I would recommend the 8GB version for future-proofing, to say it in some way. Do you think the 2060 is worth it over the 1660 Super? Yes, due to the ray tracing support, the DLSS support, you get more support for more technologies. Plus, you get a performance boost, like 10 FPS more, I think. So yeah, that would be my advice. The video memory is the same, so yeah, 2060 in that case. ¿Me enseña a hablar inglés? No, lamentablemente no tengo paciencia para enseñar eso. How are you? All caps. I'm fine, thanks. What about you, sir? Doing well, thankfully. Si me compro la 580 de 8 GB, ¿cuánto tiempo de vida tendrá? La verdad que eso no te lo puedo responder, pero por lo menos un año debería durar. Año y medio, capaz. Does SSD help frame rates? In general, it shouldn't, at least not right now. It should be the same as a hard drive, but it will load faster. So maybe a little less hitches. So a little less hitches, but the game will run the same. Your videos made my job less boring. Well, thank you for watching, Isabela Oliveira from Brazil. We are neighbors. I'm from Uruguay. So glad to be entertaining for a little bit of time. Can I get CPU bottleneck from that? Not really. In this case, we are GPU bound, so shouldn't be a big issue. Si me compro la 580 GB, ¿cuánto tiempo de vida tendrá? Ya lo respondí. Intel is the underdog now. Even Linus himself said that. Perfect. We need competition, so I'm glad Intel is the underdog now. So they can release better processors and AMD can keep competing. It will be super great. ¿Sos de Argentina? No, soy de Uruguay, pero ando cerca de ahí, ando cerca de Argentina. Sí, a unos kilómetros. Should I upgrade my i7 6700? If it's still enough for you to enjoy gaming, do not upgrade. I mean, I would just upgrade to Ryzen 5000, so I think you can wait. How old are you? I'm 24 years old. I'm going to be 25 on Sunday, so going to enjoy some fun there. Some fancies. ¿Cuál crees que son los mejores? 1650 Super o EVGA. Y si es de doble ventilador, la EVGA probablemente. Big fan from Philippines. Well, big fan from Uruguay, sir. Brazil too. Igor Batista. Well, with that name, I was thinking that you were from Brazil. So super interesting. People from Brazil also watching. Also Philippines. Did you just turn on the air condition? Here in Serbia it's almost 0. No, I turned it off because it was a little bit hot with the lights, but the air conditioning is not pointed to the PC, so it shouldn't affect it. So yeah, I turned it off because too much heat from the lights. So I tried to get a little bit colder in the environment. Now it's balanced at 20 degrees in here, so yeah, the lights are not burning me that much. ¿Cómo conseguís las gráficas que compras o te las dan las marcas? Las tengo que comprar, pero empecé a pedir gráficas a ver si las marcas me quieren dar alguna. Hang on guys, 1 second. My dog wants to get out. Alright guys, I'm back. So the shaders compiled. Let's start the campaign again. We're using 1080p on basically the maximum settings. I cannot do maximum reflections for some reason. And I disabled order independent transparency. So let's get there. Let's see how it goes.
All right, Bell. We're going back to Vietnam. First time, first use.
Come on, let me skip. Alright. Remember guys, the campaign is what runs the worst. I'm not compiling shaders anymore, so let's delete that. Perfect. That's why I call it ultra-ish settings. As you can see, we're getting 40s here, just like the 570. A few tweaks will be needed. Probably high settings is the best configuration. But remember, this is the worst case scenario by a long shot. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, we're getting mid 40s. Let's do some tweaks. Now 50s. Yeah, probably in the shooting parts, we're going to be into the 50s. So let's go here and let's do some tweaks. We're going to lower the shadows to high, the ambient occlusion to high, and that'll be basically it. That should give us a good boost. Okay, we jump into 54. Let me see if I can do better. 55. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, this is the way. So we're going to keep textures on high. We're using basically high settings with medium ambient occlusion. I'll show you that. So Rodrigo, hola, 60 FPS, sí. So guys, we're using basically the mix between basically high settings, some stuff on ultra, some stuff on medium. So mid ambient occlusion plus high shadows, already know that. So that's basically it, I think. So 1080p, ultra textures, high models, high special effects, screen space reflections. I cannot put it on high. It goes back to low after I apply the settings. So pretty unfortunate. As you can see, it goes back to low. High volumetrics, high shadows, dynamics on all, dynamic shadows, weapon shadow enabled, special effect shadows enabled, ultra anti-aliasing, which is SMAA T2X, that looks pretty good, medium ambient occlusion, no motion blur, and subsurface scattering enabled. So those will be my settings for the 580. So as you can see there, oh, the subtitles, yeah, sorry guys, going to do it. Where are the subtitles? Interface, probably. Come on, where is it? Oh, subtitles, there. It was the first option. Hopefully you can see them there. Yeah, as you can see, it's eating all the video memory. But remember, this is not with the HD texture pack. Yeah, as you can see, still dropping into the 40s like this. But remember, this is the worst part of the campaign, it seems, with all the smoke, all that stuff. If everything else fails, we're going to lower those shadows to medium. But man, so much VRAM usage is ridiculous. Yeah, crazy demanded on the VRAM. Yeah, not sure why it's running worse than the 570 in this part. Something is up. Hang on, guys. Maybe due to the textures. Maybe. Yeah, let's do medium shadows as well. Excuse me. Medium shadows as well. For the zombie mode. So. And shadows. Yeah, pretty weird performance of the 580. But yeah, that's a lot of VRAM. If everything else fails again, I'm going to try something else. But this VRAM usage is insane. Remember that this is a campaign though. So the campaign is what runs basically the worst by a long shot. We should be getting 60s in the multiplayer.
That's why I want it all up here. Bell, you're with Sims. Usually bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be good in the campaign.
We got a new assignment.
Yeah, it drops into the 40s and 30s. Not sure what's up with that. Maybe I have to lower those textures. But yeah, remember that texture VRAM usage is insane. So yeah, that's the campaign. Let me restart the mission, reload the checkpoint quickly. Let's see if I can get better numbers. Let's see. Yeah, okay, something was up there. Not sure what happened. Yeah, something weird is going on there. Let's go to the textures and lower them to high. Maybe that helps out. Yeah, I gotta restart the game now. Oh, never mind. Yeah, guys, as you could see, I had to lower those textures. Seems to be going over 8 gigabytes. I lowered the textures and I went into the 60 frames per second range. So do not put ultra textures. Use them on high. Holy hell, that's demanding. Okay. So do not put textures on ultra. Put them on high. No matter your GPU. Unless you have more than 8 gigabytes. And we're keeping high shadows. So yes, you could see I lowered those textures from ultra to high and it was fine. A lot better. So yeah. Hang on guys, gotta restart the game. Let me check it very quickly. So going to do that again. Excuse me. Also, I remember the previous Call of Duties also like to max out the VRAM usage no matter the setting. So the game was able to take advantage of all the video memory. So we're going to try again. Man, how do subtitles know what he says after? Well, the subtitles on YouTube are pretty good. Excuse me. Because in real time they listen to the audio I send and they make subtitles. That's why if you are seeing the real-time subtitles, they're being auto-generated on the fly with the YouTube servers, which is amazing. I'm super shocked that they can do subtitles on the fly. Pretty crazy technology there. So yeah. Yeah, the subtitles know the future. That's for sure. That's hilarious. So let's see. So we're using high settings 1080p with medium ambient occlusion. So let's go back here.
All right, Bell. We're going back to Vietnam.
Come on.
First time Perseus pinged our radar. It was late January.
Yeah, let me skip. Let me skip game. Let me skip. It's loading the level, that's why.
Zog was there to sniff out
Alright. Alright. Come on. Please, game, finish loading.
that changed it for now.
Come on.
Somehow
Game, come on. Why are you taking so long? Finally. It loaded. Alright. Still 7 GB of VRAM. Whoa, 1000 FPS.
Bell, it's time to wake up. It's break time.
Okay. So the campaign runs pretty bad, as you can see. But it's a campaign, so at least you're not needing those crazy reflexes. But it seems to be running better now that I lowered those textures. Now it's going to 7.9 GB. What the heck, game? What are you doing with my VRAM?
Godforsaken shitstorm.
I lowered the textures from ultra to high, and I jumped into 7.9 GB of usage on the VRAM. Yeah, maybe the game is just taking advantage of all the VRAM. That's probably why it's maxing out. But the performance is better. I was into the 40s, 30s, now I'm into the 60s. So definitely the ultra textures are not meant for 8 GB. Keep that in mind. Israel, todo se puede con práctica. So guys, as you can see, this seemed to be the best settings. Not that I lowered the texture quality and restarted the game.
Gonna make you go blind.
At worst, we're into the 40s. At best, we're over 60 in the campaign. So yeah.
Bring out the best in each other.
Anyways. Now, the CPU is not the limiting factor at all. Just watch the GPU usage. It's not the limiting factor in any way whatsoever.
Once, real bad.
What kind of asset are we talking?
So yeah, in bad parts,
Time you don't ask.
mid 40s, best parts,
Order's been taken.
we're getting 60s. So let's go to the zombies mode. The in-game menu is only using 3 GB of VRAM. Well, the in-game menu is the in-game menu. So let's go to zombies now. We're playing this on private. So zombies, games will usually use as much VRAM as they can because they can, I guess. Yeah, the Call of Duty games, or the latest ones, had an option before that was removed that was called fill remaining memory or something like that. I think it was used in Modern Warfare Remastered, in Advanced Warfare. That means that the game will take up all your video memory to avoid stutter, as far as I remember. So maybe that option now is enabled by default, I don't know. But it would be interesting if that's the case. That's why maybe it's using all the video memory. How long stream going? It's been 2.5 hours. So I have the 1650 Super and then the 2060. So patience, guys. We're getting there.
You're cleared, strike team.
I'm taking long due to the shader compilation.
Strike team.
Alright, yeah.
Some answers.
So the 570 here to get 60s needed the shadows on medium. As you can see here, we're getting 60s. With the high settings and medium ambient occlusion. So great, super smooth. So the 580 should be doing just fine, even when there's a lot of zombies. Because we're getting 60s pretty often here.
Of course, they're responsible for this mess.
Team,
So yeah,
we need to
wonderful.
find the facility entrance and figure out just what happened here.
When there are more zombies, it's going to drop maybe into the 50s, but I'm pretty optimistic on this one. Texture streaming maybe? Yeah, maybe. It could be. I don't know enough to tell you for a fact, really. Now zombies go through walls, as you can see. They make holes. For the zombies, there's another one. There you go. Anybody else?
Get him a toe tag.
There we go. That's how you do it. Bonus points. All right. Perfect. Now we're in the more open part of this map. And yeah, even looking into the distance, we're getting 60s, so good. Good numbers on 1080p, really. Anybody else? Oh. Yeah, but super smooth. Nothing to complain about right now. So, excellent. Oh, no more ammo. Yeah. Oh man, I'm hitting so little shots here. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Just like in real life. Anyways, zombies is fine. With more zombies on screen, it's going to be worse. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let's jump into multiplayer. So let's do that. Yeah, the HP bar is pretty weird, but I think that if you play with other people, it should be fun. Playing alone, zombies is usually pretty boring, but who knows? So yeah. Please do 1650 Super. Yeah, I'm doing it after I test multiplayer on the 580, so bear with me. I'm trying to get there. Yeah, the bottom of the options menu is saying 3 GB, but do not trust the VRAM gauges in options menus. They're usually super inaccurate. So keep that in mind. Super ultra inaccurate in general. So I'm doing a match against bots because nobody's playing multiplayer. Hard to find a match with 32 players. So sorry guys, but I have to do bots this time around. But at least you can see that the worst case scenario by far is the campaign. So use that as a reference. Okay. Let's use the tactical rifle Bravo. Let's see. Yeah, as expected on multiplayer, we're getting over 60 just fine. So in order, the campaign runs the worst, then the zombie mode runs a little bit better, well, quite a bit better, and then the tiny 6v6 moments on multiplayer run the best. So yeah. Whoa. Yeah, as you can see, the bots on veteran are pretty good at the game. So yeah, he's gone. But yeah, also 6v6, as you can see, not demanding at all. The thing is, when you jump into the campaign or the big multiplayer matches, the dirty bomb matches and all that, that should run a little bit better than the campaign. In that case. And zombies is super easy to run, it seems.
We've fallen behind.
Whoa. Yeah, those bots on veteran are aimbots, literally. Do you think my setup would run 1052 GB, 16 GB of RAM, i5 7400K? Yes, of course, should be fine. I recommend 720p on that one and lower those textures to a low or lowest. You should be getting 60s on the lowest setting, 720p. If you want 30 frames, do 720p medium, and you should be good to go. Oh, that's not. Okay, got him. So, excellent. Let's now do the 1650 Super. Because the 580 can do it just fine, as you can see on 1080p, by just lowering ambient occlusion. On high settings you can do 60s, most of the time at least. No, there's no decrease in performance due to streaming because I'm streaming on a separate computer. So this is exactly how the game runs. If this was with live streaming going, it would be amazing, but it's not. The live stream is on a separate computer. So we avoid a performance hit. So yeah, anyways, I die one more time and I swap GPUs. Oh, behind me. It's gone, excellent. No, no es gratis. No es gratis, es pago. For people asking, this Call of Duty is not free, it's paid. The only free Call of Duty is Warzone. I'm dead, so let's swap to the 1650 Super now. Yeah, the 570 is a great GPU considering the price in general. So you have a good friend. You have a good friend. So now it's time for the 1650 Super. And we're going to start with 1080p high settings. Let's see how it goes there. So time to swap GPUs again. So we remove the screw that's holding this card. And we'll move it. So this chunky 580 is the one I've been using. Whoa. As you can see, triple fan with dual fan clocks. So you guys have it as a reference. So I'm a magician, as you can see. Whoa, he's a 1650 Super. So let's plug it in. All right. Nice. How do you live stream it with a second computer? I use a capture card. If you use a capture card on the other computer, you can capture the footage from the other computer. And that's how you do it, basically. Try the larger map. I cannot do it. Nobody's playing the larger map, so sorry, cannot do it. Consider the same performance as the beta for the open maps. Nobody seems to be playing right now. Couldn't find any matches. Even with crossplay enabled. Moment of truth. Yeah, here is the moment of truth. All right. So we're back into the desktop almost. Yep. We're back into the desktop now. Let's go. 1650 Super. Yeah. Let's launch Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Yeah, then we got the small boy 1650 Super. Let's see if let's see how it goes, how it fares against the 580, the 1650 Super. ¿Cuánto pesa Cold War? Marlow pesa creo que 80 y algo de gigas, no pesa tanto. Si lo bajas sin las texturas HD, son como 80 gigas. Should I expect the same results as the 580 with the 1066 gigs? We're about to find out. Depending on how it runs on this card, I'm probably going to get similar numbers to the 1060. So yeah. Hi graphics guy, hi Martian Defender, it's been a while. Yeah, everyone's playing single player at the moment, which is fine, understandable. Hey, will you use the 1050 Ti? I already did, it was the first card. Rewind the live stream and you'll find it. Do not worry. No, not moment of truth, because it will take an hour to compile the shaders. Well, no, on the NVIDIA cards, the shader compilation is faster. So it shouldn't take that long. Excuse me. Why don't you install new drivers? These are the new drivers. These are the game-ready drivers for... These are the game-ready drivers for Call of Duty Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Those said game-ready drivers. All right. So we got shader compilation to do. We're going to start with high settings due to the video memory. So high settings, high, everything on high. Yep. We're going to keep anti-aliasing on ultra just because it looks good. And no motion blur. And no order independent transparency. Yeah, there we go. So let's give that a try. So high settings, for some reason again, I cannot put screen space reflections on high. If I do that and apply the settings, then I scroll down and it's gone back to low. So yeah, let's try that out. 1080p. But we gotta wait for the shaders to compile, so let me change the status to compiling shaders. So yeah, it will take a while, but not as long as the AMD cards. So patience. Yeah, I'm using the latest drivers, so do not worry. You're watching me daily. Well, thanks for watching, man. Super appreciate it. Can I hit 60 frames medium on the 6900 XT and Ryzen 5 5600X. I want to buy this game but confused. On 1080p you should be able to be doing maximum settings with that card. At 4K I don't know how it will run, but yeah, it should be fine. Hola Santiago, saludos de Colombia. I recommend you watching the video from Digital Foundry, Series X with ray tracing versus less powerful than a 2060 Super in ray tracing. Okay, interesting, Gohan. Thank you so much for letting me know. Cheers from Uruguay. I appreciate that fact. Guys, I'm going to be watching later by myself the Digital Foundry video where they test the Series X against the 2060 on the ray tracing performance. Going to be interesting. I'm not going to be watching that live, but we're going to be I'm going to be watching it by myself. Thanks to who it was. Thanks to Gohan for letting me know. I didn't know that. Would be interesting. So yeah. Is there any split screen on PC? As far as I know, there's no split screen on PC. How big is the size of this game? It's around 83 gigabytes, I think, if you don't download the Ultra HD texture pack, which are bigger textures. Do not download that. If you download that, it's over 120 gigabytes. So yeah. Every 4-core 4-thread CPU is not identical to each other. Well, that's true. That's why in my videos I always say a modern quad-core CPU. I usually call that like the i3-9100F, something like that. Does Twitch work properly in Uruguay? Yes, it does, but I do not like Twitch at all. It's not the same. I prefer to upload videos on YouTube, really. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm going to be testing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on multiple GPUs. If you wanted to hear that, there it is. The regular 2060 should be significantly above the Series S then. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll find out. Are you making this green screen from the new RTX card? Yes, exactly. I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast to delete the background without a green screen. Super useful. I really love that feature. Although when I have to test the 2060, I'll have to use the normal square camera thing. So that will suck, but hey, at least I can do the 2060 as well. Just loved your videos, man, full of energy. Well, thank you so much, awesome gamer. Super appreciated. The better energy we can get, the better. ¿Cuánto se demoran en descargar los shaders? Y depende, menos de 5 minutos en general. Santiago, changes GPU 100 times in stream. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm doing. That's what my stream is about. I love doing that. You look like the old Jacksepticeye. I'm nothing like Jacksepticeye at all. I do have headphones and glasses, but that's about it. That's as far as the similarities go, really. What car are you doing now? The 1650 Super. After the 1650 Super, we're doing a separate live stream with the 2060. I'm going to send you the links. You can join my stream just fine. We're going to test RTX. If there's any DLSS, we're going to do it. I don't think there is any though. Let me see. Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, DLSS. Okay, yeah. It's going to have DLSS apparently. Let's find out. Oh yeah, getting DLSS. So perfect. Going to try DLSS with the 2060 then. Would be fun. I am here for your entry lines, man. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. Change the CPU 100 times, no issue. Me restore the PC, boom, black screen. Yeah. So people sometimes tell me that and it's hilarious. I also repair computers every once in a while. And when I arrive to revise the computer on the person's house, the computer works fine when I arrive, but then when I leave, the computer starts working awful. So that's hilarious. Sometimes I tell people, just put a picture of me in the wall, the computer will behave, don't worry. But yeah, it's hilarious. Are you Spanish? No, I'm from Uruguay, but we speak Spanish here. Hablamos español aquí, como puedes ver. So yeah, start the gameplay. I'm waiting for the shaders to compile, so once that happens, I'm doing gameplay, do not worry. I'm waiting, and still waiting, and waiting. You got 8 FPS on the 570 high in Warzone, so I hope it can handle it. Yeah, you can. Rewind the live stream. You can do high settings, medium shadows, medium ambient occlusion, and you get basically 50 to 60, most case scenarios. and in the bad case scenario you get 45 on the campaign, but in general it's fine. Shout out to Philippines. Keep it up. Well, thank you Rico Alvaro, thank you to the Philippines, thank you so much. Anyways, gotta wait. Still waiting for the shader compilation. Are you a full-time YouTuber? Well, yeah, basically. I do YouTube full-time, but I also study. So I don't call it full-time due to that. It's more of a hobby that pays itself, but I spend tons of hours on it. So yeah, you could call it a full-time job, but not really. You're doing hard work. Well, thank you so much. 3 Min Games. Guys, if you like what I'm doing, I want to see more, make sure to like this video so YouTube recommends my content more often. Also, subscribe if you're interested in watching more of this style of videos. It really helps me out to continue doing what I do, afford graphics cards, afford games that I don't get from publishers. So yeah, ¿cómo puede ser que estas placas rindan mejor en estos juegos gráficos altos, pero escribo a escala corre todo en bajo? Son distintos motores, son distintos juegos, no puedes comparar. Your entry lines gave some magic anytime I hear, I don't know why, but I feel very good. Well, nice, perfect. I'm glad that's the case, man. Alright, let's see, 62%. Now we should be super quick. Come on, shaders, come on, please. Please, shaders, load. El Valhalla está más optimizado para consolas que para PC. Bueno, sí, se podría decir. Andás a ver qué le hicieron a las consolas. Yo uso la 570. Sí, rebobinar el stream y los vas a encontrar. Pero ¿cuál es la mejor tarjeta gráfica calidad-precio? Por el momento, la 580, la 570, por ese rango. Parecen ser las mejores por ahora. Slap like now. Slap like now. Is Warzone the same Warzone as in Modern Warfare, or is it a different Warzone? It's exactly the same Warzone. It's still the Modern Warfare engine, so you're not getting a new Warzone. It's the same as before, but it's being updated like Modern Warfare, so it should be basically the same. What city do you live in? I live in Montevideo, in Uruguay. Debería esperar las RTX 3060 o comprar la 2060 ya. En estos momentos estoy usando un Vega 11. Y andás a ver cuánto cuesta la 3060. Y si estás en Argentina, comprá la 2060, así no se te dispara el dólar random ahí. Pero no, yo diría la 2060. Probablemente la 3060 sea difícil de conseguir. Si podés ir por la 3060, la 2060 Super, mejor. Pero sí. ¿Sos de Uruguay también? Sí, soy de Uruguay, Diego, soy de Uruguay. Love from Pakistan, well, love from Uruguay, sir. 8 GB of RAM or 16 GB? In my opinion, go for 16 GB. 8 GB is not enough anymore in most games. You're using way more than 8 by a lot. So yeah, that's my advice. Love from Bangladesh, well, love from Uruguay as well. Thank you so much, guys. So much love going my way. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Alright, almost there. Once the shaders finish compiling, we're going to restart the game. Just in case, let's not make any mistakes. Say happy Diwali for your Indian fans. Well, happy Diwali, whatever that means. So, happy Diwali. Ubisoft siempre tuvo esa fama de juegos pesados, ¿sí o no? Bueno, sí, es cierto. Sí, yo diría que sí. A ver el partido de Uruguay hoy. Ah, hoy juego Uruguay, ni me enteré. No sabía que juego Uruguay. Bueno, lo voy a mirar. Gracias, Diego, se agradece. Why I purchased the 1650 Super, I should go buy 588 gigabytes. Maybe. I mean, if you already purchased the cards, not much that you can do, really. Okay, shader compilation complete. Let's restart the game now. Yeah, Ahmed, that's correct. My dad did it so multiplication, so my name came up twice. So I'm two people instead of one, basically. For a long run, who's better, 1650 Super or 580? Probably the 580 due to the extra video memory. The 8GB 580 should last longer due to the video memory. Yeah, that's for sure. What is shaders? Look it up in Google. I'm not going to explain what shaders are. Come on, man. Look it up on Google. In this case, I'll tell you the practical application of this. If the shaders preload, you're not getting stutters like we had on, what's the name of this? Like we had on Godfall as an example. So we're allowing the game to load stuff beforehand, so we don't get as many stutters, which I think is completely worth it, in my opinion. Oh, the Festival of Lights. Okay. So, happy Diwali to all the people in India. and people are not in India as well. So let's resume the mission. We're doing high settings,
Hell, we're going back to Vietnam.
but happy holidays, people in India.
Radar.
If that's a holiday, I don't know, really. Never heard about it.
CIA.
So let's try now 1650 Super. Remember, this is high settings on 1080p. So let me show you the settings beforehand. So we're using 1080p, as you can see. High textures, high models, high special effects. The screen space reflection, for some reason, doesn't allow me to put it on high. If I apply the setting and go back, it's on low. So we gotta keep it on low. High object view distance, high volumetrics, high shadows, high all dynamic lights, special effects, weapon shadow, ultra anti-aliasing because it's SMA T2X. High ambient occlusion, no motion blur. Basically, those are my settings, which is basically high. Let's see how it goes on the campaign, which is usually the most demanding part.
Bell, it's time to wake
Okay, similar, running better than the 580, I think. The 580 was getting 50s here, so yeah, pretty similar to the 580. Pretty surprised, really. Was expecting a lot worse. Yeah, 60 frames. What the heck? In the campaign. Okay, the game runs better than Nvidia then. I mean, look at these numbers, guys.
to another day in the life of Sam.
I'm doing higher settings than the 580 and getting 60 frames, so pretty good. 1650 Super. This game apparently runs better on Nvidia then. How weird. It's usually the other way around. So, super happy to see this, guys. Look at this. The 1650 Super is doing better. As you can see, I mean, depends on the game which is better, if the 580 or the 1650 Super. In Godfall, for example, the 1650 Super was significantly worse due to video memory limitations. But here we can do the highest settings. We can do high settings at 60 just fine. No need to lower shadows, no need to lower ambient occlusion.
Bell, you're with Sims.
So pretty interesting.
Bring out the best in each other.
Let's see if it drops into the 40s here, like we did on the 580.
Before Ripcord is holding a vital
Okay, yeah, still into the 50s. So yeah, much better by a long shot, it seems.
kind you don't ask.
So let's now jump into the zombies.
Ripcord has been taken a
Now that we saw the worst case scenario was the 50s, let's do zombies and multiplayer. So let's go back, we select zombies. Alright. We're doing private, solo. What else? So many comments. Still alive? Yeah, still alive. Like Mirror's Edge. Sorry about the singing. Pretty terrible. This makes me so happy as a 1650 Super owner. Well, yeah, in this case, it runs it very well. If you have a 1660 Super, you should be able to max it out super easily. So, seems to be an NVIDIA optimized title so far. Runs better on NVIDIA GPUs. So, let's get into this. Alright. Now, zombies. This should run better than the campaign, so I'm expecting over 60 all the time. Excuse me. So let's see how it goes once we get into the gameplay.
Requiem Actual, we've reached the target LZ.
Alright, we are into the
This is where it
game.
started,
Yeah,
Strike Team.
as you can see,
Let's get some answers.
over 60 all the time on high settings, ultra anti-aliasing. So nothing to complain about on this one. This will be the optimal graphics card for 1080p 60 on high settings. So if you have a 2060, a 1060 is probably going to be similar to this. But you can crank up those textures.
The Charlie Foxtrot. Nazi experiments.
So, yeah.
dimensional gateways, the undead. Shit, it must be
Let's
Christmas.
get all the
Buy
zombies.
lottery tickets.
Come on, zombies.
Say this place is ground zero. What's happening
La
around the
1650
world
Super
right now?
depende del país, a veces está más barata o más cara. La verdad que no sabría decirte en todas las ocasiones. Some people are asking if the 1650 Super is cheaper than the 580. It really depends on where you are in the world. In my country, sometimes it's cheaper, sometimes it's more expensive. It's really hard to tell. So if you're choosing between the 1650 Super and the 580, and they are similarly priced, make sure to go check which games you're playing. If you're playing games that run better on Nvidia, like this one, maybe get the 1650 Super. And if you want more video memory, get the 580, basically. That would be my advice. So depending on what games you're going to play, select either Nvidia or AMD. More zombies. Where are the zombies? There you go. Bye bye. See you in hell. Alright. Right here. Perfect. Okay, no more ammo. Wonderful. Let's get outside. Oh, Jesus. Out of the way. Sí, eso de la vida a la cabeza no les queda bien. I agree with you guys. People that are saying that the health bar on the zombies looks terrible, I completely agree. You can maybe disable it. Let me check if you can disable that in the interface. So yeah, as you can see, health bars, you can disable them. So that's great. You can disable the health bars if you don't like them. Yeah, I'm super into that. Disable those health bars. It looks terrible. Here, zombie names and health bars. No, hide everything. There we go. Yeah, I do not like the health bars at all. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let me see if the numbers can be disabled as well. Let me check very quickly. Damage base hit markers, no. Okay, whatever. Oh, floating damage numbers. No, I don't want those. There we go. So you can turn them off if you don't like them, guys. The health bars, which I really like that decision that you can disable them. It doesn't look good. It looks pretty terrible. So yeah, you can do it, as you can see. Now you shoot a zombie and you don't get a health bar. You don't get numbers jumping like Destiny 2. Yeah, pretty great. I like that. Puedes probar Warzone. Warzone es el mismo de siempre. Warzone no cambió para nada. Warzone es el mismo del Modern Warfare. Oh yeah, no more health bars. Finally, it works. As you can see, you can do it. So yeah, guys, for the people asking about Warzone, Warzone is the same as it's always been. It's the same engine, same performance, same everything. They're still using the Modern Warfare thing, so the gameplay is still the same, everything is the same as before. So consider Warzone as a separate game, a completely separate game. So yeah, let's get that shotgun.
Dead meat dropped. This is gonna knock them on
Alright.
their asses.
Gotta love shotguns. So yeah, as you can see, zombies is fine. Even with more zombies on screen, it does well. Let's go for the multiplayer. Alright. Got him. How does the 1650 Super feel? Is it smooth? Yeah, it's completely smooth. Yeah. I'm having no problems with the gameplay so far. The smoothest it's been. You also have NVIDIA Reflex if you care about that, so you get less latency. So it shouldn't be hard to get smooth frame rates on this. No, la 1660 Super no la tengo, así que no la puedo probar. Okay, going down here.
Hey, eyes open. Sigan
Let's
didn't
see.
suggest anyone else at the site.
Yeah, it seems to be basically the
Looks
same
like
down
our
here.
intel was right on the money. Omega they did something here.
Let's see the price of this. Whoa, it's super expensive.
Is that yours that the CIA?
Yeah, it appears to be fine.
My contact meant no kill.
You even have flashlight shadows.
Station. Experiment gonna rise. Bandit 45.
Even with more zombies, as you can see, we are not dropping below 60 anytime soon.
Get him a toe tag.
So yeah. As you can see, it's fine.
Looking forward to trying this out.
Wow, this one feels so much better. So, one more run, and we'll be into the multiplayer. Yeah, it's fine. Oh man, I'm going to die here, right? Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Hilarious. Let's run away. Yeah, it was super forgiving. Zombie mode seems to be super forgiving despite the amount of zombies. It appears to be forgiving. Yeah, even with many zombies we're fine. So wonderful. Hopefully you can play with friends, because playing this alone is super boring. Oh, locked door. So guys, as you can see, yeah, zombies
Tango down.
doesn't matter that much really at this point. It's running okay. One more zombie, please. Alright. Let's turn on the power. Come on, power. Whoa. Yeah, the glass. As you can see, if you get very close to a transparency, you drop into the 40s. Super weird. It happens in Black Ops 3, I remember. As you can see, transparency close to the screen. Happens with glass as well. Super weird decision there. So yeah, let's go now into the... whoa. Into the multiplayer. Now that we're here. Okay. Didn't he try story mode? Yeah, I tried. I ran the worst, but it was over 50, so... yeah, the frame dropped there due to the transparencies. It happens in Black Ops 3, so if you get very close to glass or something, the frame rate drops significantly. So keep that in mind, super important. So multiplayer. Let's try to get one of the big maps. Let's see if we get there. If I cannot find more matches, well, I'm doing bots like I did before, but yeah. Let's see if we can find a match. Bear with me, guys. I don't get it why people love the zombie mode. It's entertaining. It's an entertaining co-op shooter, in my opinion. I think it's a lot of fun if you play it with your friends. Playing it alone gets a little bit repetitive, but if you play it with friends, I think it's a lot of fun, the zombie mode. And this one seemed to be more thought out. I just like removing the numbers and the health bars at the top of the zombies. So Ryzen 3 3100 is 7700 then. Yeah, it's similar, should be close, yeah. Let's do Ultra. No, we're not doing Ultra. I don't have enough time now. Gotta do the 2060 and go eat because I'm starving. So, gotta, yeah, not working. Not finding a match. Let's go versus the bots like I did before in the cartel map at veteran difficulty. So, this should be the best case scenario for performance, but as you could see, even in the campaign, we were getting over 50 in the bad parts. We're going to do the campaign before getting out of the game. But after that, we're going to jump into the 2060. But I have to do a separate live stream, so be patient. I'm sending you the links and all that. If you don't have friends, oh, same. Same as Spicy, same.
Team deathmatch. Best of luck, soldier. The folks back home are counting on you.
Alright, yeah, as you can see, best case scenario is 6 versus 6. So if you're doing 6v6, the usual Call of Duty multiplayer experience, you're getting great frames. Whoa. So keep that in mind. Hi, is Manuel Cuenca your brother? No, it's not. I don't have a brother watching this, I think. But my brother is not called Manuel.
And Enemy destroyed.
Whoa, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, as you can see, the veteran bots are great at the game.
We're in the lead.
Throwing stun.
We slide. Anybody? Okay, at least I got one. So as you can see, multiplayer is fine. Why do separate streams for the 2060? Because the PC that is doing the live stream has the 2060. So I have no choice than doing a separate live stream. Do you have a brother? Yes, I do. But it's not called Manuel. It's not. Whoa, those gamer skills. So yeah, that's the issue. The 2060 is in the same PC as the live stream, so I have to restart the live stream. I cannot disable the background, so that's basically the problem. I have the 2060 into the streaming PC. So before going to the 2060, I have to thank the members. So let's go thank the members for being here. So if you're a tier 2 member, I'll say your name at the end of the live stream. So those are called Awesome Supporters 2.0. So thanks to Gabi Asiades, Coconuts, Abhishek, Mukherjee, sorry I always mess it up, Rodrigo Duarte, Cristo Gavadjob, Sonak Das, and Ken for being an Awesome Supporter 2.0, which is a tier 2 memberships. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I'm going to show you now how to get to the 2060 live stream. So you guys can join me there if you want to see how it runs with RTX on, DLSS, all the good stuff. So get shareable link. I'm going to share it to you right here. So 2060 stream. I'm going to be there in around 15 minutes. So yeah, we're doing that. So you guys now know how to get to my 2060 live stream.